These are tales of danger and the pursuit of endless riches. Adventurers and heroes from all parts of the world charging into the unknown, setting steel and magic against the most impossible foes, with each time wondering if this would be the last. Storms gather on the horizon, and evil rises from the waters of despair. These are tales of endless adventure. These are the Awakened Fables.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to Esturan, part of the Awakened Fables universe. I am DM Sam, and as usual, we are being joined by my 5 dedicated and definitely none of them being cleric players. We have only taken a short rest between this session and the last session, as the combat took much longer than DM Sam ever anticipated, and frankly that was a negatory on my side, so I apologize for my nat 1ing inside, everyone. In the meantime, you guys have been getting a very peaceful short rest as giant spiders scuttle around in the nearby cavern, and you guys have been, I suppose, staring at various dead bodies which have been assembled around you. It makes for a very relaxing rest, I can imagine. Alright, so there's not going to be any flavor side of things, which is going to differentiate between this and last session, but from what I understand, the majority of you should have undergone a level up. So, any of you happy and willing to advise what your level up is?
Yeah, sure. I just leveled up just one more level in Paladin, but I gained, I believe, another aura. It was Aura of Devotion, so while I'm conscious, friendly creatures, including myself, within 10 feet cannot be charmed.
Yeah. All right, that was for
That's
Morkan,
nice.
who is our resident undead slayer.
Pretty much.
Killer.
Sam, as I was sitting there, I noticed after a while that the torch had gutted out, but that I could still see when I wanted to. It's so taking up another level in Monk, I have gone inadvertently started down the way of the shadow, and can spend chi points to cast darkness, dark vision, pass without trace or silence, and can also cast the minor illusion cantrip.
Ooh, convenient. Guess that brief stint into being nearly dead must have unlocked something in there.
Yeah.
The pathways of the darkness. What about young Master Tinkret?
Well, young Master Tinkret went into some kind of fugue when he was resting, and some powers spoke to him, and he listened. And it is a first, absolutely. And he has struck a bargain, and has a number of skills according to that. A couple of extra spells, bit of magic where he can use his charisma modifier instead of intelligence, which is handy. And yes, he's become a hex warrior.
Ooh. A hexblade.
Yes.
Those are always fun. So the first time he actually listens it to someone, it's potentially to sell his soul to them.
He hasn't sold it.
Where's partially?
Can we give it back? It keeps talking to us.
Well, he's got passive persuasion of 20, so I should be okay.
We'd like to give you your soul back. It keeps telling us to do things.
That's quite likely.
All right. Luke E. with Ogre. Did you apply a level up?
Yep. I just won another level in Fighter and got my Brutish Durability, which allows me to add a D6 to any saving throw. And if it goes over 20 as a result, it is counted as a nat 20.
Ooh, convenient. Won't lie, because of the static on the channel, I totally heard you say your British durability, and now I'm just imagining Ogre there with, like, tea and scones.
Like, pip, old boy, it'll be fine.
Yeah, right.
In the name of the Queen, tally-ho! After those undead chaps, you know.
Stiff up a lip, old boy.
I think Ogre as a half orc would be more sort of East End gangster. So
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
I can't do a Cockney accent, though.
I'll punch you in the face.
Yeah, right, mate. Yeah, right. You better fucking watch out.
You what, mate?
Oh, they're good. Keep them coming, Sam.
I tried. All right. Solturum.
Well, I mean, it gave me an opportunity to master some spells I'd been studying for a long time, for quite some time, but didn't quite have hadn't quite been able to get my head around, and I feel quite confident now that I'll be able to render some assistance to my colleague, to my colleagues in the next battle.
Excellent. And if I read that correctly, that probably means things are going to get a bit weird, aren't they?
Well, people might get a bit, people might suddenly find that they are immune to bludgeoning damage, and there may be some unnatural lightning occurring.
Oh yes, because natural lightning occurring around D&D players is such a common thing. Excellent. All right. So, like I said, guys, you have been undergoing a short rest as you've been recovering from the effects of the previous battle, where you pretty much took on 5 exceptionally durable undead who had been left to either wander this part of the mine or had been left as a guard. You aren't entirely sure. It looks like a formidable amount of damage has been done to the mine, and even as you have a look around and don't do anything strenuous, which might violate you guys having a short rest, you are able to ascertain that it looks like quite a lot of damage seems to have been done to the mine as well as the mining equipment. Directly north of you, you can see that the passage seems to lead into a small room where there is an immense pool of molten metal which has been tipped over onto the ground, and no immediately obvious way to get past all of that. Likewise, you can see many unfortunates who seem to have been caught in that particular mess. Aside from that, you have heard the occasional scuttering of spiders and other things coming from the passage that you guys went through in order to get to this particular area. And lastly, you probably have been hearing Tinkrit oddly chatting to himself in very terrifying ways.
More so than normal.
More so than normal.
I think quite unfairly, Sam may have just locked down the maps that we can't see. Is that right?
Sorry?
So,
Oh, I didn't know they were there.
What are you talking about?
That's right, sorry.
Okay, well, give me a second. I'm just reconstructing what you guys would be able to see on the map.
Cool.
Or have seen.
Okay, hold on, Addison, you're on.
And we can still see ourselves, which is nice.
Yes, see, I'm improving.
Yeah.
And that way. Alrighty. So, let us begin. Like I said, you guys have a very large pile of molten metal currently in the passageway north of where you currently are. Aside from that, the room that you're currently in does seem to have been damaged enough that even some of the supporting foundations, the stone and dirt around you seems to have been shifted, and it probably looks like one good or unexpected blast might actually bring part of it crumbling down on top of you.
On top of me or on top of the molten metal?
On top of you guys.
Okay.
Is anyone good at stone stuff? Like
No.
no.
Isn't Morcan made from stone?
I
Only
have
his
stone's
brain.
endurance, but that just makes me immune to 1d12 damage. Does not give me affinity with rocks, unfortunately.
So is that molten metal show any signs of cooling? I mean, it's been a little while now. I mean, there's no heat source to it, is it? It's just...
There are certain sections which do look slightly cooler than the other part. As near as you can tell, that seems to be more of the slag metal, basically the cheaper stuff, which would have cooled a lot quicker. It seems that the central core of the metal itself, however, does seem to be at least hot enough that you can feel it radiating once you get fairly close to it.
Can I pick up this body and throw it in there?
Hang on, let's have a look at it first.
No, I was just going to pick up one of the zombie bodies and throw them in.
Is that a zombie body though?
Yeah.
That one
Isn't
is?
it?
No, this is a worker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll grab the zombie body.
All right. You'll grab a zombie body. All right. Passive strength. Yeah, you should be high enough to do so. All right. So, in order to test the heat of the metal, Olga presumably lifts up the undead body and turfs it in. Immediately, you guys can hear a sizzling noise and witness the body itself seeming to char. It does sink a little bit into the metal. It's definitely hot enough that it does seem to be, however, just cooking instead of outright melting.
I was going to say, does it
he's
leave
just
a thumbs
hungry.
up? Does it leave a thumbs up as it sinks down?
Bum, 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 bum,
How
bum.
far does it sink up? Can we stand on it?
Not without vastly damaging probably your shoes and then presumably your feet.
Yes.
What are those things on the wall that we can see? I'm pinging them on the map.
Roll me insight. $13. All right. So apparently you've had some previous experience, at least with smelters or something similar. When you have a look at the chains, you can see that nearby they seem to be laying near old canisters or smelters. That's the word I'm looking for. It looks like these seem to have been areas where they had previously chained the smelters to the walls. However, it looks like these particular chains have been severed or at least torn off on one end. The other side of the chain is still there. However, the other side is not.
The wagon. What kind of wheels has it got?
Wooden.
Wooden. And is there any water in the water barrel?
The water barrel was shattered, and basically it had been leaking out for some time. There is a little bit of water, but at this point it would be more for maybe refreshing your water skins. It definitely wouldn't be enough to make much headway into the area.
I could have a sponge bath. Right.
You can have a sponge bath.
Yeah.
You can convince whoever you're talking to give you a sponge bath.
What about Ray of Frost?
What about
Cool
it?
it down.
Let me have a shot. Yeah, I can probably. Let me have a. I'll hit Sam. I don't know this bit here.
Mm-hmm.
See what impact it has. I mean, it could actually have a bad impact. I don't know how rapidly cooling molten metal is going to work, but when is uncertainty like that? When has uncertainty like that ever stopped me?
I'm just going to move away from there.
All right. So Saltorum walks up to the edge of the lava.
Whoa! I didn't say I walked up to the edge of the lava. I'm not an idiot. I'm standing back. I'm standing back, kind of where I am.
He's insane, but he's not stupid.
Okay, so this spell has 60 feet of range. I'm just going to be like back here. Tinker, get between me.
I just ran. You saw me run.
All right, so not at the edge of the llama.
Right
Tinker,
there.
on the other hand, goes through and... Sorry, no, Saltorum. Saltorum takes an aim at the molten metal directly in front of you, and he makes short work of casting the cantrip Ray of Frost. Immediately, a small beam of icy blue shoots out of his hands and begins to line across the ground, and as it impacts into the metal, you can hear a horrible sizzling noise, and very rapidly a cloud of steam arises from that area. Those of you with a passive perception of at least 15 will be able to see that the metal that is hit by the Ray of Frost does rapidly cool, but it does also begin to shrink as the metal around it begins to warm it up again.
Okay.
What's the ceiling made out of, Sam? Or is it just a rocky ceiling? Or
Correct.
Yeah.
Did we want to maybe go back to the spiders lair and see whether if we go north, that passage takes us anywhere? Maybe get around it.
makes sense.
Well, I
Or-
don't like leaving things behind us, to be perfectly honest. That's my thinking.
Yeah. Well, that's a reason to go back to the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't see any immediate way up. It's a wooden cart which will burn if we put it in there. Ray of Frost is going to take me days of repeatedly firing rays of frost to get anywhere. I'm not quite sure what other options we have here.
You're giving up a
terms
little bit
of-
early. You got the
Well,
chains on the walls.
Climbing
We
across.
We can move the cart up there and put the thing. Yeah, we can climb across with the ropes. We've got ropes.
Is there any ledge around the edge that would be available, or is it molten metal right up to the edge of the room?
So the molten metal has spread erratically around the room. For the most part, you can see maybe here and there tiny ledges around the edge of the room. It would take someone extremely dexterous to jump between those safely, especially repeatedly, but it is possible.
Sam, can I examine the room to see if there's anything that I should be any hidden objects? Sorry, this as in the lava room.
Yep, that's all right.
For some reason, I can't move my character at the moment, but I'll worry about that later.
Is it still attached to you? Let's find out. Controlled by Nero. Yes, it should be attached to you. Right, I've just redone it. Let's see if that works. Not able to move?
I can't move.
I can see you moving around. Is that?
That's me.
That's all turn.
Odd.
Oh.
Very odd.
Got it. And so I've got a 19 for investigation, and I'm also wondering if my my rope of entanglement, if I could use that along with my whip to help me get round.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
19 of investigation. All right, let me have a look, and I might whisper this one to you.
No.
The whispers of the gun.
Can you guys hear my keyboard this week?
No.
A little bit.
Damn. I got excited. All right, first part is with you now, Michael.
Yeah, right. I say, there's something strange has gone on in this room. Those chains in the wall on the left side, on our west side, they've all been torn out, and there's scraps of dead flesh around them.
Oh.
Right.
Is that in this room or in the molten metal room?
Molten metal.
Do the chains look like they're still attached to the wall?
On the east side, well, sorry, I think it's that there used to be more. There were more of them, but they've been ripped out.
Right. And those things we killed didn't look like they were part of that, did they?
Don't know.
Well, they did walk out of that room somehow. Sam, is that right?
Sorry?
Did they actually walk out of the room?
They did not.
They were just hanging around here, were they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is the roof in the lava room, does that look like it's going to cave in? Or just one that we were in? We were fighting?
The roof in the lava room does not look like it has received any particular damage. Most of the damage seems to be localized only around the chains, which have been broken.
Okay. Seeing if we could just cave that roof in and use it as like a stone bridge.
Nero, what's your acrobatics like?
I think it's good enough. I think I can do it. It's but I don't think. I don't know that we all can.
I definitely can't.
No, me neither.
I've got no chance.
I'm moderately confident.
How much rope would we need?
That's a concentrated bang for you, Tinkrit.
It is. Yes.
It gives us no insight into how we conquer the problem.
That's true. But I was thinking that perhaps if Nero and I could spring across with a rope, we could drag you guys over fast enough on the if you stood inside the thing, get it across before the wheels burn out.
Are you strong enough to pull it with all of us inside, though?
It's a wheel, so give me a lever large enough, and I'll move the world.
Yeah, into soft metal where it might bog because it catches on fire and then disintegrates.
And
I
then
don't
we
think
all
that's
die?
technically bogging.
It won't be bogged.
You'll be
So-
burnt alive before
okay.
it's bogged.
So we push the
Yeah, this thing.
wagon up into the area. At least how wide is it?
Yeah, so whatever water is left, put on the wheels, soak the wheels as much as you possibly can.
Freeze the wheels.
You could freeze the wheels. Oh,
Right.
a ray of frost on each of the wheels where we put water on it.
Right.
They may then shatter and explode.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
If that
It's
fails-
25 feet long. If we put it 25 feet into lava, right, we just have to make a jump.
Yes.
How far is your long jump?
Yeah, how far is the jump? Hang on. Like if you dash, then,
Just Google jump and D&D Beyond.
You should have it in the D&D Beyond.
What if I sneak over? If I sneak around the edges, because it would be a bit of a shame to get to the other side and discover we needed to retreat.
If you have a run up, you get a number of feet up to your strength score.
Oh, well, that's not going to even far.
But you've got to move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump.
well, the wagon's 25 feet long.
I think Olga can jump further now as well.
I
Yeah,
can jump
but
to
it-
18 then,
Yeah,
if that's my strength score.
I get to jump 10 feet.
Yeah, mine's 16.
So how far is this?
So
30,
if we
45 feet.
So we have to jump like 20 feet if we get 25 in because of the
Yeah.
wagon.
It's 25 foot long, but we only have to move it 10 feet in, and we jump to it. And then we're
But how
10
do you-
feet. Then we're 10 feet in, and then you go another 25, and then we have to jump another 10 to get off.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
well,
How do you move it 10 feet in, though?
We,
Because those
we
10
go
feet are going to be hard
put
to
all
push.
behind it and go, yeah.
that's right. We got
And then
some.
we
We got
push
two strong boys.
Yeah,
Michael,
we take the sides off as well, and then we just use
Oh.
that as a platform, jump from that to the next one.
Or you can take chuck the water barrel.
Chuck the water barrel in too. Yeah, water barrel,
Now,
wagon.
chaps, I don't know if anyone else has noticed that this wagon is filled with copper ingots. There are blank ingots.
Right.
Was that blank? Were you saying that there's nothing on them, or you were using blank as in you don't know how many there are?
No. It's not a guessing game. It's that these are supposed to have a sigil on them, so that they can be properly taxed, and they don't.
Dun dun
Wow.
dun.
Blank.
Well, that sounds like House Conard through and through.
Does.
That's not an issue at the moment. Chuck it in the lava. Watch them burn. Maybe it makes footpath for us.
Well, the other thing is that these wheels are reinforced with metal.
Okay.
So this plan of Ciruimon is starting to get some wheels, or at
Yes,
least legs.
I'll own that plan.
Oh, sorry, Tinker. Good lord.
now that as we of course did examine thoroughly the card, this is
Filled with loot.
all right. Well, let's get rid of this. Don't we want to unload it and So what are we going to do? Use some of the copper to create a path across. Is that it?
No,
Hopefully.
I think the plan is to. What about this? I go around the other side. I go over to here where I can now ping. Then with my trusty whip, rope of entanglement, do the best I can to get ready to help. You will push the thing in as far as you can after you ray of frost, like around here to try and give it a. So if you push it, hopefully it'll roll a bit further than otherwise. Then it's a hop, skip, and a jump, and
all right. I get to do the
I'll be on my
with
own.
the ray of frost.
And then the strong boys will push. Me and the ogre will push the cart as far in as we can.
And then we just do a test with one of the ingots to see what happens when we throw it in? Sam?
that thing is true money. Like, it is money.
It's money, yeah.
Yeah, we can collect that on the way back.
All right, so we unload the cart.
Not without a wagon, we can't.
See how much we can fit in our backpacks.
But the wagon's not getting out of here anyway. Look, it's 20 foot wide, and the passengers are only 10 foot wide. So who cares?
Yeah, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way they get their ingots to the surface. They're not getting it out through the front door that went through the passage we came in. So,
I'll also tie a rope, assuming I get over here and don't burn to death. I'll tie a rope onto here, then throw the rope to you guys once you're on the way, so that you've got something to pull. If you're in the cart, you can be pulling your way across.
sounds good. Let's do this. But before we do that, Sam, can I please just take one ingot and put it into place it gently on place it on there to see what the effect of it is?
Sure. All right. So as you apparently gently place it on the surface, you can see that the weight of the ingot is enough that it, again, like the corpse, presses it down into the depths of the metal itself. It takes some time, but it does begin to heat up ever so slowly, but it seems to maintain its form until it basically is consumed by the rest of the copper and sinks out of sight.
Okay.
Could we use as a stepping stone, like single-use stepping stone?
Aye.
I think the card idea is better, because the stepping stone idea, that's sinking under its own weight. You put any weight on top of it, it's going to go straight in by the sounds of it.
Yeah, plus we probably don't have enough for everyone.
Yes, true.
Plus also, yeah, we probably want to make bank with this stuff later. So
Alright, let's do that. Let's dump all the copper ingots, push cart in, and jump across.
Tinkrid, is there any chance you could inspire me a little?
You can consider yourself inspired, sir.
Can't believe I'm asking for this, but still. It's So, Sam, what are my last few dice rolls going to be? Is it going to be a acrobatics check? Is it I would have thought it was a persuasion, maybe, or a passive perception. What am I going to need to?
It's acrobatics, is it not?
All right. So to make your way around the room, I would be recommending acrobatics. At least that is what I would recommend in order to get for you to do so. I am willing for you to do other things, so long as you can rationalize it for me.
I wonder if I should cast haste on you. You get, though, doesn't your spell tinker it give him
Additional 1d6.
in terms of dexterity?
No, not dexterity.
Any roll.
Any roll.
Any roll, okay. I mean, if I cast haste on him, he gets dexterity, advantage on dexterity saving throws. But that's...
Hang on. With my new ring, I instantly succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So I'll be fine, guys. Definitely.
So the Orc Goliath just does a rendition of Swan Lake upon the lava.
All right.
Can I use my rope of entanglement to give me advantage on this acrobatics check?
Yes, you may. I'm perfectly fine for you to Wonder Woman or Indiana Jones it, whichever.
Let us do this.
Fantastic. So I'll have my rope of entanglement in one hand and my whip in the other, and try to go from 1 to 1. So we'll see.
All right.
So
So
long, chaps.
I'm going to run this as a gauntlet of skill challenges. So your first roll, let's have a look. Oh. Okay, so for those who obviously can't see our dice rolls, his first roll was a 6, and fortunately he was rolling at disadvantage because the next one was a 22. All right, so it is a very careful and almost a misstep as you just edge yourself along close to the lava and make a very small hop over to the first of the areas which is clear of the molten copper. You wobble there for a second before you gain your balance. All right, hit me up with another one to get to the next area.
You can do it.
All right, so that's 14 and 12. All right, so flavor this one up for me. You're going to get 2/3 of the way there. The next dice will be your final one, and you're safe. What do you do in this case?
I can the first part was pretty easy, but now the heat from the liquid metal beneath, just inches below me, is I'm starting to sweat, and I can feel my it's getting harder to hold on to my rope and onto my whip.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Can I cash in one of my 20s, Sam?
Yes, you may.
Did you already use your bardic inspiration?
I didn't,
Okay.
but I would still not like to dice it with a 10.
All right. So in that case, your stash 20s goes down to 2. Or it could just not enter itself in because it's a jerk. There we go. All right. So there is a very sudden moment, and you can kind of feel your heart almost leap out of your throat as you feel your whip begin to slide from your hand in an almost ominous and slow motion way. You react on split-second timing and grab onto the nearby chain, and that is enough to stabilize you. However, your whip begins to fall towards the lava. A very quick kick of your foot manages to flick it back up, and it settles nicely over your shoulder as you push yourself off the wall using the chain and swing over to safety on the other side.
I now get busy. Am I able to tie a rope onto this without risk of death?
That is perfectly fine.
Cool. All right.
All right, let's roll this card up.
Chaps, I'm across. Oh,
I'll go.
can I just have a quick look round, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be on the verge of an abyss. So
Yep.
Give me a sec. All right, so directly ahead of you, you can see that the passageways of the mine go much further in and much deeper than you were actually expecting. It looks like the tunnels are quite cramped, but you can also see that there has been more damage to the mine immediately ahead in a small antechamber up here. The roof is a bit shaky, but you aren't worried. So long as you are careful and don't create too much noise, you should be able to pass it without too much of a problem.
great. And there's no immediate threats.
None that you can see.
And could I do a quick inspection for hidden doors or that sort of thing?
Sure. So in your immediate area around here?
Yes, yeah.
So let me ping. There we go. Around there.
Yeah. We've got
Alrighty.
a passive of 21.
Using them passives. All right, with the passive of 21, as you inspect around, you can see that the design of the mine doesn't seem to lend itself towards any secret passages, at least as near around as you can see. It doesn't necessarily look like the northern end of the spider passage must connect up to here, so you're not entirely sure where that one must be leading to.
Hmm. All right, come across. Chaps.
Right.
All right, let's start pushing the cart.
Well, unload it.
Yep. I
Push.
assume we were already doing that.
Yeah. While he's hop, skipping, and jumping over.
All right. So presumably everybody begins to move the cart along and very rapidly moves it down towards the molten lava. It rattles over the various rocks and damage that has been done to the flooring of the mine, and you begin to brace yourself as you head towards the molten lava, just in time for the cart to hit. When it goes in there, you have to do a strength check just to ensure that it is going to be pushed further along and into the area that you're looking it to be. So roll me a group strength, unless one of you would like to designate one of you guys to be strong enough.
Strength athletics or just strength?
Athletics. Let's go athletics.
Okay, never mind. Ignore that. Even though it was a 20. Never mind. Please take.
That's all right. I'm happy to take that 20 since I didn't clarify it before.
Thank you, Sam. You're such a benevolent god.
I try.
We're just getting Addison and Olga to do this, aren't we? I mean, the rest of us aren't going to be able to contribute at all to this.
Bringing stuff.
I mean, also, like, it's not really something that Lord Tinkrit, I think you and I would probably...
Don't want to keep your hands dirty.
I've already come up with the idea. That's my job.
I've endorsed it. That's my
You guys
job.
were
right.
To be honest,
There you go.
I thought I said the thing about pushing it in, but you know what? Never mind. It's okay. You take credit.
Yes.
You're
you
talking to a
thought.
brick wall there, mate. You get used to it.
Yeah.
I've not been with you guys long enough, clearly.
Well, welcome to the behavior of management, my friend.
I'm not a fan of this, but you know what?
They don't even pay you that well.
At all.
All right. So you guys are barreling down towards the molten metal. Solturum and Tinkrit, frankly, I'm just going to assume is going to be within the cart itself if they're not helping to push.
Yes.
All right.
You're making it harder for us to push? Thanks. That's great.
All right. So there is a bump as it begins to slam in and make its way through the cart. Through the molten copper. You can hear and smell the burning of the wood, and you guys do not have much time. You're going to have to leap for it. Go.
All right. What check are we making? Athletics? Acrobatics? Or?
I would say acrobatics. If you guys just want... if you did a run up. You guys, Tinkrit and Solturum, can do a acrobatics, while I'm going to be, again, generous and say Mokan and Ogre, you guys got your run up, and so long as you continue running into the cart, you should be able to jump over without too much of an issue.
Good. This is good.
I think we're already in it. What are we rolling for?
Sorry?
If Tinkrit and Solturum were in the cart when they were being pushed along, what do we need to roll for?
Oh, you're running to jump across the gap.
Oh, to get to Nero.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you all, guys.
Well, tell Nero to get ready with his rope and just pull you.
Get ready, Nero. Here I come. I'm doing the run up.
Wait, aren't you an Azmir? Can't you grow wings?
Not yet.
Okay, never mind.
Not until about level 10, I think.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
I throw the rope to them so that they can pull it across a bit more if possible.
All right. So in that case, I'll grant them advantage for their acrobatics.
You can do it. Bonus action. Yes.
Exact same roll.
You have, what's his name? Bardic Inspiration.
So I can add a d6 to that.
Yes. Please make good use of it.
Okay. So for those who can't see, Solturum has just rolled a double 10 and then rolled a 2 using his Bardic Inspiration for a total of 12.
Woo!
All right. Let's get this from Tinkrit as well before I flavor it up for you guys as to what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm going to jump as well, am I?
Well, presumably.
Yeah.
Actually, not sink into the lava.
You know what? This is how I die. Goodbye, everyone.
I spring across. Have I got advantage as well? Or...
Correct.
Do you need it at this point?
Well, I was going to try and help him if I was going to get it. That's why. I got a really special one. You know what? I'm going to use a D20.
You'll use a D20.
As I jump past, I grab Salchirum's cloak and fling him over me into the wagon.
Alrighty. I'm just imagining one of those bullcrap anime moments where you like somersault in the air and use that extra momentum to.
And I do. I do
double
a superhero. I do a superhero landing too.
Oh,
You know,
the floor under you cracks a little.
just a little bit. Not enough to crack the wagon.
Of course. Alrighty. So, Morgan and Ogre, you are able to jump after both Tinkrit and Salturum, and you take a moment to, I suppose, wonder as you almost hover mid-air as Tinkrit manages to somehow scoop up Salturum and fling him mid-air in defiance of all known laws of gravity and nature. They both land safely on the other side, very promptly followed by the two of you.
I say, not the fling I was looking for, but it'll do.
I guess coming back is an issue for later.
All right, we're all in, are we now?
Correct.
And we're trying to pull ourselves across with the rope.
You guys are all on the same side now. So you're all over here by Michael's character.
Oh, okay. Good.
I would copy-paste it all, but I'm fairly sure I'd end up dragging the cart and various zombies over with you.
Just bring everything along with us.
You just don't understand. We might need this undead corpse.
I haven't finished your song for you, by the way, Lord Salturum.
Oh, really?
No,
You've made progress.
I finished a song, but not the song you requested.
Oh, all right.
I'll share it with you later.
All right.
So, as before, you guys are able to pretty much confirm the same things that Nero did. Again, the buckling of the roof roughly around here is probably the most worrying, and in order to get past, you will likely need to roll a stealth check just to ensure that you're not making more noise than necessary.
Okay.
Well, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Clang, clang, clang goes the Goliath.
Mine, I don't get it with disadvantage at all.
Yeah, me neither.
If people need assistance, I can pass without trace, which gives plus 10 bonus to stealth.
Yes, this is a good idea. This is good.
This is what we need in the fight.
Does that cover more than one person?
Covers
I think it's up to 6.
you and your companions.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I think we should be doing that.
21, let's go.
All right. So for those who don't know, Pass Without Chase is a very useful spell that a variety of people get, but it's generally only rangers and sometimes rogues who tend to make most advantage of it. Specifically, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including yourself, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. So it's pretty OP, but it does only last at most for 1 hour. It is also a second level spell. All right, so Nero, walk us through it. What is the mental gymnastics you got to decide that the entire team need a path without trace to do this?
Again, at the moment, these monk powers just sort of emerging from me. So I hear the party complaining or expressing fear and concern as to how they can get past without causing a cave-in. So as I turn my mind to this puzzle, I start to see the traces of fate around each of them, and I guide them through.
Excellent. All right. So for the rest of you, feel an intense presence. It's slightly cold, but not unwelcome so. It's definitely a, I suppose, welcome change after the heat of the previous passage, as shadows seem to bear in around you, and you can hear pretty much any noise that you're making just muffle and fall to complete silence. All right, so we have Salturum, Tinkred, and Nero. I believe that we still have Ogre, who needs to roll.
Sorry.
How dare you? Alrighty.
What?
Wow, at disadvantage.
Yeah, 27.
There we go then. Alright, so Olga just goes silenter than the grave. Alright, so the five of you are going to be pretty much completely silent. There is nary a tremor from the ceiling directly above you.
This is good. Thank you for the silence, my friend Nero. Otherwise, I would be. Sorry. Thank you.
What the?
Sorry, thank you for the silence. I appreciate it.
Okay, so as you begin to head into the further chamber, I forget what everybody's line of glowiness and brightness can actually see up to, but you can also smell the waft of death and can hear movement from around you.
Right.
What does
Can
my divine sense?
It senses dead people.
Okay. Do I know how many?
It's 60 feet, correct?
Yeah, 60 feet. I'm just trying to see if I know how many. The type of fiend in here is not identity. Okay. Yes. I can tell how many, but just not whom it is.
Okay. Where are you? I think you've moved yourself out of my sight.
Should be in the middle of the
Oh, no, there you are. Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to do something which is probably going to look really weird to you.
This is okay.
All right, so within your divine sense, you can sense 4 undead creatures.
Okay, everybody, 4 undead coming up within 60 feet.
I think at least, right?
At least, yes. If we
Alright.
move forward, we might see more.
I think before battle, the last bunch of undead constructs were. It might be wise if I cast haste or stone skin on some of our frontline fighters. So I'm just not sure who out of Ogre, you or Mogkhan
Can't
would
you
be.
twin cast?
Yeah, I can. I can use sorcery points to do that. Yeah.
Oh, I can haste both.
Yeah.
And then we just wreck everything.
A bit of stone skin. I wouldn't mind that because then I'll go front line. I've upped my smashability or smashing power.
All right. Well, let's work this out. I've got enough sorcery points to twin spell both spells if need be, but I'm not really sure whether I want to spend both those spells.
I wouldn't
roll
waste
both.
them all now.
Not for both.
Let's just check the room, see if it's small zombies or big zombies first, and
Yeah.
go from there.
So far, I can only see
Nero, did you want to sneak up and see whether you do you have dark vision now?
I do. Olga seems to be the best at sneaking, but I'm happy to sneak forward and.
Currently,
Yeah,
Whoever-
can I keep that roll and just keep sneaking with him?
If you would like.
yes,
All right.
I'm going
Yeah.
to sneak also because we can get sneak attacks in, right?
So I sneak forward, Sam, to see what I can see.
All right.
I'll move forward as well then, seeing as I have a 27.
All right, we'll come back because I have to cast haste by touch. I think.
So it's a 28.
No, 30 feet range. Just
Are we doing a stealth roll again, Sam?
No, you're fine. Give me a sec. I'm just typing this up for Ogre and Nero to tell them what they can see.
Is there any light in there or no light?
There is no light at the current time. I believe both of them have dark vision, though.
Yes.
You can probably give that lantern to Tinkred now or something.
That's a good idea. Tinkred.
Probably won't need it.
Tinkred, old chap. Take this lantern.
Oh, thank you. Thank you ever so
I like
much.
that you've upped your durability, by the way, Rob, with Tinkret. So that means now when we actually punt Tinkret, he might survive it.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Well, I sneak back to I creep back to the group and say, "There's six more of the blighters up ahead, same as what we fought before."
Good counting. Cleric. Oh, sorry, he's a pally, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a paladin. Oh, wait, no, that's more Khan, not Nero.
I don't know. Nero did the good counting. I was making fun of the paladin who said there were 4.
Ah, yep. Herp derp derp derp.
Who's currently at the bathroom?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
that was a waste of time.
my daughter needed to go to the bathroom, so.
No, Addison did.
Oh, okay.
Addison's
So
your
my daughter. No, she came in and just said, "Well, I had the Famous Five playing on audiobook for it, but she went to bed, and apparently it was scary." So she was too scared to go to the bathroom.
Enid Blyton's Famous Five?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Then they had lashings of zombies. And he said, "It's the undead! Run away!"
All right, so what can we see ahead?
There's 6 zombies.
6 zombies. All right, so
Same as the last one, so.
So if I twin spell Morgana and Olga with haste, or would you prefer Stone Skin?
What's Stone Skin do?
Turns your skin to stone.
Put it in chat.
Yep, I will put it in chat. Just hold a second while I work out D&D Beyond. Does that come up?
Yep.
Alright, Stone Skin. This spell turns the flesh of a willing creature you touch as hard as stone. Until the spell ends, their target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Oh, interesting.
Fancy.
So resistant means half damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Haste was a level 3 spell, though, wasn't it?
Yes? Let me look.
Yeah, Stone Skin's hardcore, bro.
Sorry?
Stone Skin is hard. I didn't realize it was a 4th level spell. Wow.
Well, to be fair, it's given you resistance 3 things, but
Yeah, it's pretty good.
yes, haste is a 3rd level spell.
Maybe keep Stone Skin for the boss.
Would I put in a boss?
We don't know.
Only always.
Quite.
It's
We don't know.
it's extra attack options and stuff like that. Haste is probably a good thing to go through zombies like a hot knife through butter.
Ah, yes, because that's what you did last time.
Yeah. Do you remember last time I cast haste on you and you just murdered everything? Sorry. Yeah, I'll just hang back here.
The only thing with Stone Skin is it's an hour. So, I mean, in game time, that's probably either however long it's going to take to finish this quest or the rest of our lives. So,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys tell me. Maybe haste is appropriate to do multiple attacks on the
I reckon-
big bad end guy.
Yeah, I don't reckon we need anything for now. It's only. Oh, actually, remember what happened last time?
They were motherfuckers last time.
Yeah.
All right. And Nero, when you look at the room, could you see any of the damage that we've seen elsewhere? Is it safe for me to cast Fireball?
Sam, I'm afraid sorry to ask this, but did I notice if the wall was similarly precarious? Poorly maintained.
Have not noticed any particular area where it seems to be where the ceiling or the walls seem to be damaged. It looks like most of the damage in this central chamber has been confined to the floors.
Green light. Green light.
All right.
So durable.
One of the things I would like to try and do is see whether we can get these guys to congregate a little bit more than they actually are at the moment. I'm just wondering whether if I cast prestidigitation and put something enticing in the middle of the room, I can then drop a fireball on top of them.
Well, Tinkrit did say he was more durable now.
I was Tinkrit in there.
Not yet. I'm capable of being more durable once I've gone to an armorer.
Fair enough.
They are 40 feet apart, and Fireball has a radius of 20 feet.
I know. That's why I want them to congregate a little bit more. I'm just wondering what I can create. An illusionary...
Well, I think 2 of us could cast Minor Illusion together, perhaps.
3 of us.
3 of us could cast, give it a bit of depth, a bit of sound, the whole things. We could make something crawl out of the rock right here. Or pretend that something fell from the ceiling. Like,
I don't know. What do people know about undead? Are they going to see that and be fooled by it? So,
Morgan, do you think if we made a spectral Tinkrit emerge here, that might get them to crowd together?
I could, like a spectral tinkerer playing his bagpipes.
I believe zombies are dumb enough to go for whatever, but give me a second. I'm having a brain blast. Give me a moment.
You cast a picture of me, and I will cast my wonderful bagpipe music using Minor Illusion here, and then they'll all gather around.
I think, yes, I believe they might gather around the middle here. If we just make a big distraction, they hear noise, they see sound, I think you'll go for them. They will turn around and we can just, slice and dice.
Well, they're not really capable of thought, so just because something appears doesn't really mean they go, oh, that's a bit strange, but not go near that. They will go towards it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I can't use prestidigitation, and I don't minor illusion. So, Tinkrit, this is up for you and Nero.
Well, Nero, you do the image of me, and I'll do the bagpipe music.
And what's the range of Minor Illusion? Actually, we can... Something I didn't check.
30 feet.
30 feet?
What about
I might creep to there and cast it.
Where are you going to cast it to?
1,
2.
I think you need to...
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, put it there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I cast... Sam, using my newfound illusory abilities, I make an image of Tinkrit.
And actually, I've decided to play some banjo music instead.
Deliverance banjo music.
I'll sing you my song as well if you like.
Penny Hill music.
Frankly, I've been waiting for it this entire time. All right.
They're right there.
You're creating an illusion of Tinkrit using prestidigitation.
No, minor illusion.
Minor illusions.
Oh, there it is. Create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. Okay, Tinkrit is an object now.
Justin's always wanted.
Me.
If you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. All right.
Right. It's a song. That's what they're getting.
It's a statue of Tinkrit.
Oh,
okay. I'm going to allow this under one specific condition. If you create the image of an object such as a chair, muddy footprints, or small chest, it must be no larger than 5 foot cube. How big is Tinkrit?
Tinkrit is tiny.
It's about a 5 foot cube, isn't it?
Actually, I'm more like a 5 foot barrel.
Tinkrit's a halfling, so definitely not more than 5 foot.
I don't know. It's a little description. Maybe it has notes.
You'd be like 4 foot by 2 foot.
I'm 3'1".
We're good, lads.
3'1". Okay. In that case, I will allow it. Roll me deception. Oh, wow. All right. So, flavor it up for us, Rob. Exactly what pops out in the little illusionary Tinkrit, aside from everybody going, oh god, there's two now.
There's banjo music, and the song peels out. I volunteered for Trinket. Yeah, I done gave him my pledge. He took me to a mine. Through darkness we would dredge. I done tours of duty in strange and dark, dank places. They were filled with webs and fires and many undead traces. I found power and danger down in Copper Blank Mine. And now the Necro's coming, and it's desperate fighting time. But I learned some stuff from Tinkrit, and not all of it was crime. So I'll chop your god's cursed head off down in that Copper Blank Mine.
Encore!
Nice. All right, are they buying it?
Give me a second, because I've just realized these things are not on the token layer, and I would like to applaud Rob for that presumably improvised little ditty.
Not entirely improvised.
No, that's fine.
I'd like to applaud Luke F for finally getting Rob to call himself Trinkrit.
Well, that's because I was playing a hillbilly.
It's called the long game, boys. The long game.
It's just Bizarro Tinker. It actually does come from another universe. It's where everybody's a hillbilly. All right. All right. So all 6 of the zombies in question immediately wheel around at the sound of Bizarro Tinkrit singing his little ditty on the banjo. With a ferocious growl, they pretty much just immediately set upon him, and it doesn't take long before they're pretty much in a small little pile on top of one another, just tearing into whatever is there to try and tear apart this tiny little image. They don't seem intelligent enough to try and be aware that it's not Tinkrit himself that they are tearing apart.
Yet.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope.
Okay. What? Get around that corner, Nero. It's coming.
Fireball. You need to have that Pitbull song playing in the background.
All right. So let's have a look here at these particular creatures. None of that. Here we go. Dexterity saving throw. Now, the first of the zombies, the one that was closest to Tinkrit, apparently gets a 19 to dodge. The second one rolls himself a 4. Third rolls himself a 6. Fourth rolls himself a 4. Next one is an 18. And then, wait, how many am I up to? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Trying to confuse me, Rob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our very last one, you guys will be very happy to hear, rolls a 1.
Yeah, the boys.
Alrighty. So I'm going to give this over to Luke. Luke, with this natural 1, how is this guy going to manage to mess up every other zombie around him?
Okay, so I launched that fireball. It lands smack bam on top of Bizarro World Tinkrit, but who was in the loving embrace at the time of this one particular zombie. The fireball just lights him up, and with a shriek, the zombie starts running around, banging into all the other zombies that are in a cluster around the illusion. Spreading more of the intense heat that it had copped from a direct blast of the fireball to those who were slightly less damaged or not damaged at all, who had managed to avoid it, only get half damage. So he's just running around grasping the other zombies in a mad, screaming, howling, shrieking inferno.
Very nice. All right, in doing so, he is now going to be inflicting the full fire damage on all those, even those who did manage to go through and make their dodge. So it looks like you have done a total of 32 fire damage to each of these creatures. Let me have a look. All right. So the stench of burning flesh just immediately floods through the chamber, and over the howls and screams of these various zombies, you can see that they all seem to be keeping an eye on this one specific zombie who is pretty much lighting the others up on fire. It doesn't take long for them to lose their patience, and the other 5 just set upon him and tear him limb from limb until there's little more than scraps there.
Is he fighting back?
He is trying to, but it doesn't take long before he succumbs to the rest of the other 5.
How badly damaged did they look as a result of the fireball?
They 32. They look decently singed, but still functional.
Right.
Now, it seems like they are still very interested in trying to attack Tinkrit in question. It doesn't look like they'd really noticed where the fireball itself came from.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's my 4th level spell slot gone. So
Yeah, how come you cast it at 4th level?
max damage.
It's only 1d6 more. I always cast it as... Anyway.
I'm not telling you play your character wrong.
Yeah, I just shut the fuck up. I was halfway through that and went, nope.
All right, so what are we going to do now?
Another
just
fireball
finish
is
them
going
off.
to make things worse.
I can cast a 3rd level fireball if you want me to. Would that satisfy you, Lord Tinkrit?
I'm not saying anything.
Right.
I figure. Do you want to waste another spell slot on it though?
I wouldn't bother. Just let us go and have a chop.
Yeah,
We're hidden.
All right,
we got
you guys
2
go.
attacks.
I'll sit back and use my short bow.
Yeah, use your cantrips.
Oh yeah, cantrips.
Just get him with them D6 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cantrip time.
A small fireball.
All right.
Alright.
So if that's the case, from the sounds of it, you guys are heading into initiative. As usual, I'm going to give you guys
Not a
one
surprise?
action each.
For the,
Do I not get to cast another firebolt before that happens? Cast a
I
firebolt.
presume that would be
Wait.
part of your bonus round.
what
Yes.
about us?
Yes, all of you will get a action as part of the bonus round.
Okay.
All right. So first up is Luke, who is casting Firebolt on which one?
Oh, I'll go for the one that looks the least singed. Actually, no, I'll do it on this one here.
That one there. I was about to say they all look identically singed.
Looks like a little bit of a maypole dance.
God, I wish I had the fake cleave. Just keep going.
All right.
I remember that. What was that? It was a greater cleave. You could just keep going.
Yeah,
it was
greater cleave.
Oh, I love
Infinite.
that.
All right. We are good to go. So the firebolt bursts out and slams into the back of this particular zombie. Who would like to go next?
Whatever.
I can
Anyone
reach
have any
them.
other plans? Good idea.
Yeah, maybe we all just get a ranged weapon attack off.
I can do more damage as a sneak attack
Yep.
with a rapier. Quite a lot more damage.
Well, let's go by the order I can see you guys on roll 20. Michael, what would Nero like to do with his bonus round?
First, I'd like to study one of them to try and gain insight into them with my insightful fighting ability.
Yep.
So that's insight versus deception.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Nero just rolled a 26 on insight. Our zombie, apparently charismatic, was not able to beat a 26 as it just rolled a 16. So it's like a supermodel zombie.
So I'm now going to shoot it.
All right. Which one?
This one.
That one? All right. I shall call it supermodel zombie. All right. Now, a 10 to hit.
Do I get advantage for being hidden?
Correct.
Good thing too.
A very good thing. So your first attack went from a 10 to beat AC to a 22 to beat AC. So using the first amount of attack, that's going to be 11 damage total. What does Nero do as he charges into battle?
With my short bow, it's I duck out of cover, study it, look for its weakest point, and put an arrow straight into probably its shoulder.
All right. It's muscular toned shoulder. Because it's charismatic. Yeah, I just made that weird. Let's move on from that. All right. Rob, what would Tinker like to do with his bonus round?
He's going to move up in stealth still and make a sneak attack on Supermodel Zombie.
Yep.
Using his hex weapon rapier with a green flame on it.
All right. I
With
think
flame blade.
Yes, there it is down there. Okay.
That, and then I'm going to chuck green flame blade on it.
Alrighty, so that's 24 to hit, 10 piercing, plus 4 from the sneak attack, plus 10 from the green flame blade, so that's 24 damage total. That's a hell of a lot of damage output all in one turn all of a sudden.
Yep.
We're gonna get a someone to out damage us now, Olga.
And I've just I go and disappear. Bonus action.
Oof. All right, and presumably you have disappeared, so actually you're able to keep you in the same area. All right, and Olga.
Oh, hang on. Green flame blade also does damage to another one next to it. 1d8 to one next to it, plus my spell casting, which is plus 4 for charisma.
All right, so I'll go for this guy then. So roll me a d8.
D8.
Yeah, green flame blade's good.
Plus 7. I mean, plus 4. Plus 4 because of charisma spell.
All right, easy enough. So flavor it up for me. What happens with the green flame blade?
They see a rapier appear out of nowhere. It thrusts through the groin of the supermodel zombie, and merely touches the leg of the one behind him, and then disappears.
Shazam! All right, so he's going to have a burning sensation for the rest of the battle then.
Yes, he's looking around for ointment.
Or maybe a cleric to lay on hands.
No luck here.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so a 15 is enough to hit. So at the very least, that's going to hit. But we can roll again and see if you get that 20. You did not. Okay. Alright, so the first hit is going to be doing 20 damage total, 9 slashing, and... Wait, 11? Oh, got it. So you get a 10 damage. Sorry, it was on this guy, wasn't it? Alright, so what happens as you charge up to him? Alright. There is the sound of metal hitting bone and then a sudden thunk as one of the legs is completely severed. The zombie gives a scream as it begins to wobble back and forth until it abruptly falls onto the ground. Nope.
By the way, you've got advantage because you're standing next to me. Yeah.
Attack it again. Well, it is now currently prone.
You only get advantage so many times.
Oh, hang on. You don't play flanking.
No, I do not.
Oh, but there's... hang on. It's...
19, that is definitely a hit. Doing 11 further damage. All right, so this thing's on the ground now. What happens? All right, so it continues to flail and it grabs onto the sword and appears to be trying to use its hands to push the sword out of its skull. But you can, even from here, you can see that the blade is cutting into its hands and dealing damage. All right, Luke F with Salturum. I think you already went with the Firebolt, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And in that case, Addison and Morkan.
Hey, all of them still left standing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I'll charge in.
No, because one of them is prone.
Well, alive, but not undead. But undead. Oh, you know what I mean. All right, I'll walk in. I'll get my halberd and attack. I'm not using any smites. No smiting today.
Smiter, no smiting.
No smiting for today. All right, and I'll just attack the one that Oggo was fighting.
Yep.
For none. My apologies. I like to kill them fast and quick. And then I will attack a second time. My 10 will not hit, I don't believe.
It does not. All right, so the first one does definitely hit, doing 9 slashing damage. So this guy is prone, on the other hand, so automatically you should be hitting from what I'm aware.
Okay.
So that's actually going to be 18 damage as both of your blows hit. What happens?
I think my go-to move at this point has been lowering my halberd and charging in like a bull. So I've lowered my halberd, like stamp my feet twice, and just charge. And I skewer him basically in the side and put him on the floor even more. If he wasn't already mushed into the floor.
Give it time. All right. Well, in that case, we have reached the end of the bonus round. Let us roll into initiative.
Oops, twice.
All right. So apparently my guy rolled an 11.14. I'm not sure how.
Shit.
Should we be?
Wow, no one is doing on initiative.
Okay, where is Addison? There is Morkan. Add turn. You got a 9. Olga is over here. And
I'm just taking some laundry.
3. Tigrit is there. Add turn. 8. Wow, you guys are really not rolling well for initiative, are you?
Yeah, just wait. You'll get down to the next one.
And keeping up, still with the trend against all statistical odds, Olga is still last. How do you keep rolling last?
He's a polite boy.
And who am I missing? Salturum. Missing Salturum, who is all the way back here. Who got himself a 15. And I still need to figure out how my guys got an 11.14 for their roll. All right. Gentlemen, first roll begins now with Nero.
Well, I think it's just the same again, really. The one that's... It's the supermodel zombie that's prone, isn't it?
Correct. Oh, no, it's the one next to him.
Oh, sorry. Well, I will keep focusing on the supermodel zombie, so I'll shoot and then I'll duck back into hiding.
Mhm.
I would imagine this means I'm not going to get any advantage, but similarly. For a 13.
13. All right. So a 13 is a hit, surprisingly. All right. What do you do?
It's as close as I can. I put the another arrow right into the same shoulder. Bunking in.
One next to the other. All right. So they still haven't necessarily... Whoop.
And then dive back into cover.
I will grant it so long as you tell me where.
Oh, sorry. I thought this here... Forgive me. I thought this sort of jutted out a bit. I might not be looking at that.
Well, let me look. Oh, no, you are correct. It does look like it does. All right. I apologize. I kind of didn't see that in the red aura that's around your character.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. So you fire, you shoot, and there is another thump as your arrow whizzes past and narrowly misses Tinkrit, slamming into supermodel zombie's shoulder. Dealing 11 damage from the looks of things, I think. Yes, okay. 7. All right. Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm done. No, done.
Yep. All right. Moving on to Solturum.
Which one is which one's this one here?
So this is one that's currently on the ground and prone.
Okay. Have I got anyone in my line of sight that'll stop me hitting this one if I target it?
That one. Let me have a look.
Or are these all still focused on the illusion?
For the most part, they're largely focused on the illusion. You will be happy to know that based on this measurement, you have a direct line of sight towards that guy. Barely.
All right.
Sorry, chaps.
How dare. Get yourself out of my game.
Whoa!
Hey.
Nice.
Alrighty, so it looks like Luke just got, and Solturum by extension, just got himself a nat 20. So that's going to double the damage, but would you like to stash that? Or you
No, I definitely stashed that.
stash that? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so in that case, it is going to be a 26. So that's 2d8 plus 10. So that's going to do a total of 22. No, wait, sorry. That's going to do 25 damage to this guy over here. Alright, so this is not the first time you have done a nat 20 on a firebolt. So flavor it up for us. The last time was only 3 days ago in the swamp when you did a maximize fireball at a different zombie this time. At that time. What happens this time?
How much? I mean, what's the level of damage this does to this zombie? Like, is it going to be sufficient to kill it, or?
It is not. No.
Okay. All right. So I shoot off the firebolt. It slams into the zombie's chest, and the firebolt seems to take a 90-degree turn and go down and shoot at the kneecaps of the zombie, forcing it to fall to its knees.
All right.
As its kneecaps are blown out and its insides are completely. I don't know, how do you eviscerate something in a firebolt? Whatever that word is, that's what happened.
Noted. All right. I'm trying to imagine the logic there, but I can't really see it happening without a lightsaber involved.
Well, as it travels down through his body to his knees, it's popping out through little gaps in the construct. So he's looking like a little bit of a Christmas tree.
Got it. So you lighten that thing up.
Lighten him up.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, the zombie topples to the ground. He gives a bit of a weak gurgle as opposed to a scream, which is probably a good thing considering how much pain presumably must be in. That is a second zombie which is now prone on the group.
Awesome.
All right. And that's it for Solturum's turn?
That is.
Yep. Excellent. All right. Well, guess what, guys? My turn. All right. So Tinkrit is currently hidden, or went back into hide, I believe.
I did.
So in that case, the various zombies are going to turn their attention to their nearest people. So in that case, it's going to be Olga, and it's also going to be Morkam. I completely blanked then. I was like, Solturum? No. Morgturum? No, that's not even a person. Okay, so the first of the zombies wanders forward, immediately turns and stumbles across something that he's not seeing, however. Roll me a dex saving throw, Rob.
Okay.
As near as I can tell, Tinkrit is still here. So
You also get a +3 to that because of my
Cool.
protection.
17.
So it's 17.
all right, where is my thingy? Passive perception. With that +3, you have just gotten out of the way of this creature realizing that you're there, and Tinkrit just subtly shuffles to the side in time for it to kind of look around slightly in confusion before it continues on into Ogre's loving embrace.
Naturally stealthy.
All right, so the first of the attacks is going to happen now. So it is going to slam its fist into Ogre. And that is a 12. Unfortunately, it does not actually hit. It makes another attempt with its other fist, dealing a 17, which again doesn't hit, unfortunately. There is just a wet splash as it just bounces off your armor functionally. Now, the first of the creatures which is on the ground is currently being pinned through the head by both the halberd and the sword from both Ogre and Morkam. It's going to try and do a strength check to push.
And he's got a burning groin.
Yeah. This is mine. This stay away. This is my kill. No, I will finish it.
I attacked it first.
And it rolls a 9. It's attempting to just shove that blade out of its head, but there is a slicing sound, and pretty much your blade just goes immediately through its hands, and the blade itself just shudders back into its head. Can you roll me... Oh, wait, no, you're just using a standard sword, correct? Okay, so that's 1d8, I believe. All right. Fairly sure it's d8. Okay, dealing 2 additional damage to that creature that's on the ground. All right, so the one who has now had his kneecaps blown out has toppled forward and pretty much gone through the illusion of Tinkrit, but he has no idea where this fire came from. All he can see is the creatures closest to him. So he begins to surge forward and makes a grab at Ogre's feet, and as he attempts to grapple Ogre. Roll me a contested strength, Ogre. Your call. I'd probably say outright strength for this one. Honestly, if you can't beat the 11, you're not the orc I thought you were. All right. He might be. Fortunately, it looks like you're not, as you got a 17. So, what do you do to prevent this thing grabbing onto your legs? All right. There is a sickening splat and crunch as you just go through its chest with your leg. This guy over here is going to turn his attention now to Morkam and stumbles forward to try and smack against him.
Still no attacks of opportunity. God damn it.
So is a 22 enough to get past more
Oh,
cards?
yes, it is.
It is? Excellent. All right. In that case, also roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, my favorite. Dex save.
Yeah, now you have a ring.
Hey, that's all right. I'm good.
You got an unnatural 20. Second one for the session, actually. Go you. All right. So it slams into your chest, but you're able to shimmy out of the way just in time to prevent it from wrapping itself around you in a way much reminiscent of about an hour prior. It is going to go for another attack, however. Oh, there it goes. Is a 14 going to beat your armor?
No, it is not.
All right. So in that case, oh, there we go. You will be taking 8 bludgeoning damage from it.
8 bludgeoning damage. Christ, that's okay. I can
up it.
No, that's fine.
All right. Now, this one over here, the final one does not actually see anybody it's going to go for, but it's going to be entering melee range, it looks like, with Tinkrit. He can't necessarily get round. So that guy's pinned to the ground. So yes, he's going to have to come round and try to get at Ogre. But again, he seems to smack into something rather invisible. Oh, and naturally, Rob has just left. All right. Give me a sec. Let's get a...
I'm still here.
Oh, cool.
I haven't quite left.
All right. Roll me dex save.
I can.
But will I? No.
Did it roll? No.
Yeah, there you go.
There it goes. 17. All right. Again, Tinkrit is able to barely shimmy out of the way.
Ooh,
Creature moves forward and now has his back to you as he begins to attack Ogre.
Can I get an attack of opportunity on him?
He's not leaving melee.
Why do you keep moving me away? I could have moved this way.
I mean, you could have. Go for. Well, that's where he came from.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually,
Well, I can do that because where is it? So annoying to find all this stuff sometimes. Here, halfling nimbleness.
Ah, yes, fair enough.
Move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours, and every creature's a size larger than me.
Yes, it is. It's a medium. Okay. All right. So it moves past you and is going to be trying to attack Ogre. Actually, you know what? I'll be generous, and it's going to come down here, leave your immediate melee range, and give you a time for an attack of opportunity.
Woohoo!
Finish that mofo off.
So that plus
Does green flag work on an attack roll?
does
Hell yeah.
it says a part of the action used to cast a spell, you must make a melee attack.
But you can't cast a
duration
spell as
is-
an attack of
It's
opportunity.
not. But is it because if it's concentration, then I guess you're not casting it. It's just already on. Like my smites.
He's got a lightsaber, okay, guys? All right. So in that case, I'm going
And
to
it
count that
goes
one.
8 to the guy next to him as well, because this guy would have been next to him at the time he passed me.
Yep, correct.
So blah 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 D8. Plus 4. So 6. I'm supposed to get 2 though. So at 5th level you get 2 1d8.
Is that 5th caster level?
Doesn't say. It says
There's
at the
some
top.
weird thing with how spell casting works.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a look at Green Flame Blade.
Oh yeah, when I mouse over it. 1d8, 7, and the second one is... Yeah, but I'm supposed to get 2d8 for the first one.
Oh.
5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire to the target.
Yes, you are correct. Are you doing that from the character screen or from the spell screen, though?
From the spell screen.
That'd be why, because it's not taking into account the level. You need to cast it from the character.
Okay.
Sense.
I think that's what I'm doing. I don't know.
It's all good. Okay, so 14 damage to this guy.
See, there it says here. At 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra 1d8 damage to the target.
All right, and that is it for the various constructs. Let's move back to Morkan.
Okay. On my turn, I will cast Branding Smite. That's that. Well, that's when I make the attack. But hang on. Where's my attack? On my halberd, I will finish off the one that is prone on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 16 damage to that one. Then I'll make another attack with my halberd. And then my Branding Smite again.
I think you just did 16 damage both times.
I did.
Okay, 32. Does that bring you over? Ooh. You know what? Again, I'm feeling benevolent. Kill off this thing that's on the ground.
Okay, good. I've muttered a prayer under my breath. I'm very private with my religion, and I ask a prayer to my God to brand these undead. So I channel my weapon with holy energy. It basically glows, very similar to Tinkrit's new weapon, except mine's brighter and bigger. And as I
Well, considering I'm 3'1", that makes perfect sense.
and I slam this prone undead down. I attack once, and I attack twice, lopping its head off, and also basically while my thing's glowing. I think it actually leaves a faint glow on the creature, so its head's now glowing.
All right. So as its head separates, the head does begin to glow before the rest of the body begins to tremble, and then abruptly it seems to lose form, and you're now standing in a small puddle of what looks like humanoid soup.
Oh.
Yummy.
That's what I like. Dead undead, but I didn't expect to go puddle.
Alrighty. Anything else from Morkan?
No, that is all from me.
All right.
I guess I'll just move up, I guess. I'll step over the one that I killed.
Yep. All right. Moving on to Tinkrit.
I will move forward here, and I will. Are these three? Are there three of them? Well, no, that's what's his name, isn't it? That's Ogre.
Yeah, that's Ogre.
I don't stab Ogre,
I'm sure he appreciates it.
but I use my hex-bladed rapier. With green flame blade. And that one for his buddy.
Okay.
Plus 4.
Let us have a look. All right. So, sorry, it was this guy, the one directly in front of you?
Yeah. So, hang on, you know what? If I'm doing that second roll, that second roll there, the 6 should only be a 2.
Why don't you instead leave the 6 as it is and add the 1 to your first one? So leave, because it already adds the D4. You just roll your second D8 as your regular damage.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So the other guy gets math. The other guy gets 1 point of damage. Or...
Less math.
Yeah.
I am always supportive of things with less maths. says the DM of D&D. All right, so let's have a look. So this particular zombie still hasn't noticed your presence, so I'm still allowing for a sneak attack bonus. So that's going to be an 8 using the basic thing. Once we bring in the green flame blade, that's going to do 21 damage in total to this guy. All right, and then an additional, apparently, 1 damage to his buddy over here.
Yes.
All right. Again, what's going on with his blade, which is shorter and dimmer than Morgan's?
Yes, but much sharper.
Have you got weapon envy?
So this time I tickle the back of his neck very carefully, and I try to snap out 2 vertebrae, and then I try to do the same to his buddy. Sorry. I do, yes.
Tinkrit was here. Morgan is a loser.
And then I try to do the same to the other dude, but I kind of fuck it up and only give him a little nick, a shaving nick.
Alrighty. Sounds good. So I am quite literally just imagining a lightsaber at this point with green flame blade, but that's what I always do. Alright. Anything else for Tinkrit's turn?
Disappears.
All right, on to Ogre. All right, 18 is definitely going to hit. And it looks like it's going to be dealing 11 slashing. 12 slashing. I apologize. All right, how does this one come out? Wait, it's this one or that one? The bottom one? All right. He is not dead, no. I also write my name in the back of his head, but I go through the front.
You have 4 letters in your name, 2 of which are the same.
But that's so confusing. Which one are the different ones? All right. And again, that is another hit. So, what you doing? Oh, got it wrong. Scratch it out.
Can you spell Ogre? Okay.
Barely, but you can.
So it does say 10. Oh, that could be a 1. All right. And let's have a look. So that's doing 11 damage for the next one. All right. So the one that you're currently attacking is looking rather banged up from, or scratched up, I should say, in this case, from what is going on between you and Tinkrit. Anything else for you around? All right. Well, round 2. We have finished. So on to round 2. Nero. Correct. Yep. All right. Let me. No, I think I do need to do a dex save, though. I just don't know how much it's for.
20.
Rope of entanglement, wasn't it? Oh, well, that makes that easy. All right, let's have a look. Dex save. Dex. And it rolls a 9. Alright, so rope of entanglement snaps out and winds itself around this particular creature's legs. Is it just that it's restrained? Yes, it's just restrained at the moment. So, flavor it up for us. What are Olga and Tinkrit seeing? Easy. All right. And for your bonus action, you are investigating this particular corridor, but it looks like it seems to have sustained enough damage at some point that at least part of the cave mouth has currently been blocked by falling boulders. They don't look large enough that they would necessarily impede things, but it looks like you would require a bit of a strength check to actually move these things. Alrighty, and that's it for your turn? Yep. Salturum.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit. Oops, turn it back on so I can think. I'm going up to this zombie here, and I'm just gonna keep playing the classics basically. So.
You might remember this smash hit from last round.
And the round before. There we go.
So 12 is not enough to hit.
Fizzles wide. Goes streaming up to the back of the cave.
Alright. There is a billow of flame as the firebolt goes and hits the back wall. Flames temporarily lick across the rock before it just abruptly dies. Anything else?
No, that's my action.
You'll be happy to hear that the rock over there is now glowing slightly red.
Good.
Alright, Morgan.
I believe it's the enemy's turn, actually.
Wait, where are they?
I don't know.
Huh.
They've run away, the cowards.
Evidently. Or at least they've just removed themselves from the turn order. That's rude. Alright. Enemies are...
You're welcome for the reminder. Otherwise, I would have just kept going free here. Just...
Got to the end of the round. Wait, wasn't I meant to do something? Well, gotta keep that 11.14 because that's crucial to my strategy, guys.
Yeah, that point 14, it really helps.
Yeah. All right. So the first of the creatures that's going to try and move is the one which is currently restrained. Now, let's have a look. It's going to try and make a strength to burst out of the rope. And rolls a 17, which is enough for it to break out. Yes, correct. I was just double checking to see whether that damaged the rope, but apparently not. Okay. So it just strengthens and then, it flexes and then things just collapse around it. You are able to call back your rope to yourself. All right. The one just north of Olga is going to try and smack him about. Doing a 22.
Ooh.
Just hits. All right. So that's going to do 10 bludgeoning damage for the first. Also roll me a dexterity saving throw.
+3.
+3. Ooh, you have barely broke. Oh, very nice.
Not 20.
Never mind. It is not a not a barely. All right. So in that case, it's going to be 10 bludgeoning, and it's that comes in doing 21. Is that a hit? All right. Sorry? Yep. Okay, so in that case, it slams into you. One smacks the side of the head and leaves your ears ringing. The other one comes in and comes up and under and smacks against the jaw, and you're just experiencing a little bit of sensation of being punch drunk as it inflicts 23 bludgeoning damage total.
23.
Fuck.
All right, and this one, the one just above Morkan, it stops where it is, and then there is a chilling sensation as as a strange presence just fills the air. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, who, me?
Morkan, yep.
Okay.
Wisdom save. Unfortunately, you have failed.
That's just a wisdom roll. That's just a wisdom roll.
Oh.
I have a much better wisdom saving. Oh, shit. Oh.
Well,
Oh, God.
your much better wisdom saving throw was a nat 1. Would you like to spend that, or would you like to balance it out, or would you like
Can I use my natural 20?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
So that's been balanced out, I guess. All right. So the average of a 1 and a 20 brings that down to 10, and your basic wisdom is a +2. All right. So in this case, I'm going to take this throw as a 12. Wait. I think I just got myself confused then, didn't I? Okay, you're using the nat 20 instead.
Yeah.
So in this case, the magical presence seems to just slide off of you. You feel the slight chills and it raises goosebumps at the back of your neck, but whatever this creature is attempting to do to you does not seem effective.
Awesome.
All right, and for our last guy up here, he is going to stagger forward and down into this little cube between Ogre and Morkan. He is going to go for Ogre from behind.
Can I ask a question, Sam? And apologies for being a bit ignorant about how this works, but can I get a sense of what just happened then and roll an Arcana, or is that something I have to do on my turn?
What is your passive Arcana?
Is that the bonus on it plus my intelligence?
So it's 10 plus the modifier.
Sorry. It's 10 plus the modifier. It's 14.
14? All right. You get the impression that this particular creature must be empowered by necromantic energies. You're not entirely sure what it was intending to do, but it seems that these creatures must be in possession of something a little bit more dangerous than sheer brute strength, even if for whatever reason, they seem loath to use it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All good. All right, so for Ogre, the first one is a 25 to hit, which is definitely a hit. Roll me another dexterity saving throw. That is a 12.
Plus 3, plus whatever you're at. Plus 4, so then 16.
Okay, so you're fine from the dexterity saving throw as it tries to latch onto you. However, it takes advantage of its comrade's attempt to smack you around the head to just go for a sneaky little kidney punch in the back, and that's going to do 14 bludgeoning damage. You sound so impressed.
What do you want, Ogre? Okay. Let me know if you would like some healing.
All right, we are back to Morkan.
Okay. I'll turn to the one that tried to attack. Well, that tried to throw his mind at me. I'm gonna slash that mofo up. I'll attack with my halberd. That one, does it hit? 12. I don't think that will hit, will it? Is that 12 won't hit? Then I'll attack it again. Hey, nat 20. Plus,
Hey, got that nat 20 back.
Yeah. Where's my...
Okay, using it or stashing it?
I'm going to use that, actually.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my branding, and my brand smite goes on top of that as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what would you like to do with your 20 for an effect?
Will my 20 kill this thing? Can I use it to pretty much murder this guy?
Which one are you going for again?
The one that that made me make the wisdom saving throw.
Ah, okay. So this guy over here. With a nat 20, I'm willing to allow you to obliterate him.
Perfect. I'm going to charge my halberd into a nuke, shove it into his chest, and blow him up. Basically, I'm going to pretty much charge the tip of my halberd with radiant energy, shove it straight into his chest, and basically cock it like a shotgun and blow it up.
All right. There is a banging noise, and Salturum, you notice that there seems to be some stray rocks from the ceiling above you, which seems to shift slightly in the sensation of the explosion directly ahead of you. However, it settles, and you seem to be fine. All right, this creature, on the other hand, it explodes into a variety of different pieces which scatter around the room. A few seconds later, like the previous one, these ones seem to shudder and then turn into their putrefied, liquefied form.
Bleh.
That shows you to throw your mind at me. Don't try that again. I mean, you can't, but don't do it again.
All right. And is that it for your turn?
That is it.
Excellent. Tinkrit.
He will. Which one of these two is looking the worst? The one's nearest me.
They're actually fairly even.
Okay, well, he's going to cop some. Okay.
Sound. So a 14 is a hit. Alrighty, so let's have a look. So still going through the sneak attacks. That's going to be 9 for the green flame blade. 9 plus 13, so 22. Oh, and you got an 8 on his buddy. All right, so 22 on him and 8 on his buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, what happens?
I decide to take out a couple more vertebrae in spelling R this time. Actually, you know what? It's just a P. I've gone for Tinkrit Pipe Drone this time, so just P.
Noted. You're not going to help Olga correct his spelling on the front?
No, he's going fine.
You're doing great, honey. You spell that. All right.
And then I disappear and take a 5-foot step back.
It's just a jump to the left. All right. And on to Olga. Mm-hmm. $23 is a hit. 12 damage. Very nice. All right, so on that guy, flavor it up for me how you want him to die. He doesn't even get the chance to go liquefied. You just go. All right,
You guys are gonna stink after this.
That's
I
why I
think
keep
we always
stepping back, Salturum. Lord Salturum. I keep stepping back because these guys are disgusting.
All right.
Boom.
And that is definitely another hit. 13.
Wow. That's quite.
Is that observation whispered from a hidden corner of the room?
Nero's just provide. He feels that in addition to the gore, we should be providing lessons to the viewers. And that's it, everyone. Sublimation. That's our word of the stream. All right, so that's done 13 damage. What do you do to this guy? He's looking like he is fairly damaged, but he's not quite there yet. All right, 3 or 4 solid slashes it is. All right, so this thing has its chest now open and rather bleeding. You can smell the smell of putrefaction as parts of its muscles just split open, and you can see a rib or two just through the slash that you've opened up as well. All right, back to Nero for round 3.
Is it round 3 or round 4? It was round
3.
Round 3, we had a bonus that free round.
That's right.
Which one? Still 2 alive, correct.
The one up.
This is the worst, I think. Yes, this is the worst looking one.
Yes, you can.
Movement is separate from, it is not considered part of your action unless you're dashing. Mm-hmm. Okay. 25. Oh, wait, actually. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it. Sneaking attacking as well, so that's 11 damage. What is your movement speed? 40. Okay, 15. Okay, so yeah, you would have, going for 80, subtract 20. Okay, yeah, you would have 55 additional movement after that, using the dash. Okay, so yeah, okay, then yeah, definitely able to do so. A flyby whipping. Let's have a look. And that's going to do an additional 11 damage. Well, while you're doing your flyby whipping, can you explain how your flyby whipping kills this thing? Please explain.
Please explain.
It's a headshot. That whip goes around its throat and just takes the whole head off.
I would say that the vertebrae that Tinkrit has taken out causes it to tumble like a Jenga tower, but that's the wrong one. All right, so this thing gives a choked gurgle, and then it just splatters. All right. And moving on to Salturum, there is one left immediately behind Ogre.
There. Is that it?
Correct.
Okay, so to get a line of sight on that one. Whoop.
No, you have direct line of sight.
Oh, all right then.
Can I just say, of all the things in Roll20, I love this measurement tool the most.
Oh, it's so good.
It's handy.
Pew 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 pew.
It'll be like the first day back at Awakened Fables, and I'll just be staring down at the grid in front of me in just hopelessness.
You have to bring an actual ruler now.
Ah, god damn it.
Alrighty, so that is a bit of a miss. So that is Firebolt. This time it sails past and you narrowly avoid hitting Nero as it impacts into the wall up here.
Whoops.
Alright, anything else?
No.
All right. So this guy is on the ropes. So let's see whether I can get any damage out of you. So, that's not what I intended to do. Where is the correct screen? Not that one. That one. All right. So he's just going to do his old proviso and try and slam into Olga. 21 is going to be enough to hit. Roll me a dexterity saving throw. So I think that brings it up to 17 or something like that. Oh, wait,
21 brings it.
There we go. All right.
21.
So
Great.
you were able to slip out as it slams into, dealing 7 bludgeoning damage. And that's it for its turn. Morgan.
Okay. I'm going to attack this final one twice. Attack number 1 will not hit. Attack number 2 will hit. Let me get my branding smite. 6 damage. Top of that. So I lash out. I pretty much finish nuking the last one. Turn around and instantly slice that one across the chest, leaving it a nice shining cut wound.
Excellent.
Is it this one that's alive? Which one's alive?
Yeah, this last one in the middle.
This last one. Okay, that's 13 damage. Yep, cool. All right, and Tinkrit.
He'll move to here, and he will stab it. Yo!
Yay!
Of course. What a surprise.
See, I'd accuse you of loading your dice by this point, but it's roll 20.
So what does that mean? Is that already calculated the damage for me, or do I have to roll again? What's going on? Oh, you have to do that. Yeah.
You do have that nat 20. Do you want to cash it or use it?
All right. Oh, I can't. The extra one. There's no one around him to burn anymore. That's useless. Oh, yeah. So an extra 9. So what's that?
Mm-hmm. So 9.
18.
Yeah, I'm counting 18 as well. All right. Done. All right. So you stashing the 20?
Yeah, I'll stash it.
Shocker.
Brings it up to
I
how
used
many
one
now?
today to
7?
save somebody.
That is true. Can't argue that.
Yes, I do appreciate that. I suspect I'll never hear the end of it.
You
All
have.
right. So what happens with this guy? He's still alive?
I decide to take out his hamstrings.
Gross.
Slash. Hamstrings gone. He tumbles to the floor. Tries to waddle around on his knees, but he can't. And then I disappear.
Where does he go? All right. In that case, moving on now to Olga. He's not dead.
I didn't use my 20. I could have used it, I guess. Kill him.
But you didn't.
It's just
I
the
did
rest of
not.
us that are just going to wail on him anyway.
Yeah.
No, that is a
definitely
critical
not.
fail.
Uh-ohs.
Would you like to save that critical fail or cash it in? Cash it in. All right. You are going to be rolling full damage on Morkan.
I'm glad I moved away.
All right. So that is, let's have a look. So D8 plus 4, that's 12, plus the additional 4, that's going to be 16 damage total.
To me.
Yep, against Morkan. So what happens there?
Yeah. I was going to heal you after this battle, but maybe not.
All right, on to Nero again. Mm-hmm. And miss? Barely. Correct. All right. Passive investigation or...
Oh,
All right.
by the way, my green flame blade also crits.
Oh, yep. Don't worry. I factored that one in. Okay. Are you stashing the 20 or using it? All right. Okay. So directly in front of you, you can see another room where there seems to be an immense area of more molten metal. It looks like that particular one does seem to be a lot hotter than the previous one, but you can't really see much more from your particular vantage point. There are no traps as near as you can see, nor does it look like there is any weakening of the ceiling along the pathway. You can, however, see 2 dead bodies, one which seems to have been burnt alive, the other one which seems to be intact but appears to have grievous injuries. All right, Solturum. Yep, go for it.
All right, I'm getting somewhat frustrated at the firebolt situation here, but I'm going to give it one more go. That should hit, shouldn't it?
It does not.
You had that fireball, and then that's it.
All right, so this one likewise does seem to cause... it flies barely out of the way. It just kind of writhes about and barely misses it. The spell itself impacts onto the ground back here. All right, is that it?
Yep.
Back to Morkan. Back to the enemy. It's going to try... Apparently that last one wasn't its last attempt to attack Ogre, but let's find out. A 16 is not enough to hit, but a 25 is. Roll me dexterity saving throw, Ogre. And also you'll be taking 7 bludgeoning damage. Really? Sorry, I'm just looking at the rolls, and it's like rolled a natural 1 on its d6s.
19.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. So it tries to latch on. The most it does is it manages to grab the front of your clothes, and it's trying to claw its way up towards your face, but presumably you just shove it back down. All right. Morkan.
Okay. I'm furious that it's not dead. Could you
it
just
prone?
die already?
Why won't you die?
Hurry up and die. 10, no hits.
Man.
25, hit. Let me get my spell. Alright.
So why did the last one take so long? Oh, nobody could hit it.
Being smart, only 10 damage. That sucks. That's alright.
All right, so presumably you're hacking and slashing away.
Pretty much, just continue just hacking and slashing, chopping off limbs, whatever I can do to kill this thing.
Alrighty. And that case, let's move on to... God, I need to close some of my screens, I swear to God. There we go. Team credit.
I just realised that I didn't double my attacks last time. But anyway, let's...
I know, I automatically did for
You
you.
did. Thank you very much. Because I was stupid and did not. So I get advantage because he's on the ground?
He is bracing himself against Olga, so he's not prone. At this point, I swear he must just be breakdancing or something, because you guys just aren't hitting him.
Did that really miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah, you guys keep rolling just like slightly lower than his AC.
Oh, fuck it. I'm using my... I'm going to stab him with my dagger.
Shink. That is a hit.
And I'm green flame blading that one too.
18 plus the... Yep. Okay, that's 18.
With a dagger.
Yeah, apparently. So you put away your lightsaber, you pull out a dagger and go, Jing! You have a lightsaber cheese knife.
Yes.
All right. Olga?
But I can't move away because I can't hide this time because I used my bonus action to stab him with a dagger.
And he knows where you are now.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. Still alive. That's it.
You just hate healing, don't you? Yeah.
No. It's not dead. And let me have a look. By literally landing on the exact HP threshold, you've finally done it. How do you want to kill it?
Ooh, well done.
Okay. Shunk, thump, thump, splat.
Grumpy Olga. Close. I wouldn't be anywhere near there. I'd be running away.
All right.
These guys are exceptionally strong constructs, whatever they are, compared to what we faced before.
All right. So, Olga, you have 9 HP. How are you looking to everyone else? Obviously not good, but... A little bit of it is more guns.
While they're doing that, Sam, I'm going to go over to here, and I'd like to look down that corridor.
Yep. All right.
Stealth.
Give me a second. Where is reveal? There it is. All right. So as you have a look around you down that particular corridor, again, you can also see what seems to be another pathway leading to yet another damaged and assaulted room with molten metal.
All right.
Yes, you may. Give me a second. All right. So in this particular room, you can see that one of them seems to have been unfortunate enough to have fallen in the path of one of the falling smelteries full of molten metal. And in doing so, he has been burnt alive in a very horrific looking way. However, this one here, let me ping There we go with him. As you investigate him, you note that he seems to be wearing the colours of House Conard, and in particular, he does seem to be a high-ranking official. As you look him over, you can see that most of his wounds seem to have been done by a tearing motion, which seems to fall in line, I suppose, with the various zombies which are around you.
Does he have armor or anything, or is he just?
He doesn't have armor. He has fine clothing, but not noble level of fine clothing. He might
Loot the body for purely reasons of working out what's.
All right, so you're searching for a coin pouch?
No, Nero should be doing a proper forensic examination of the body, which would necessarily identify things of value. Does he have any papers on him? Yeah, any knives, rings?
You do not have any particular identity. He does seem to be a human, so judging by his fine clothing, you assume that he must be either someone decently ranking or possibly one of the overseers of this particular place. He doesn't seem to be covered in any soot or grime. It just looks as if, well, aside from the blood that he's covered in, but you can see that at most he has a small dagger on him, as well as a small coin pouch as well. Go for it. Passive investigation of 20. It looks like they are more the hands of a clerk. So there are some ink stains, but there are no calluses, which indicate that he is a hard worker. No.
No.
Short of licking him and doing a genome sequencing, you probably can't know much further about him.
All right, why don't we go down and see whether you can move some of these rocks away from the corridor down here? Yeah, bottom left is another lava-filled room. Actually, I might just walk a little bit further
Is it
in.
lava, or is it like more molten metal?
Oh, sorry, molten metal. If I move a bit more forward, Sam, can I get a better look at the room?
Of course. All right. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. So, this particular room seems to be in a similar state, though. You can see that there were previously 2 smelters which have tipped over. There are another 2 burnt bodies in here. And directly across from you, you can also see a small area which seems to have some shelves, as well as what looks like a small mat and cushion.
Ooh.
However, you can also see another of the creatures that you have just attacked.
Just around here somewhere.
There we go. Specifically there.
Uh-huh. All right, I report back and tell
It's a chill out room.
everyone.
I mean, to be fair, you also have 2 up here as well.
Yeah. I think perhaps we should see whether we can make any movement of those rocks over here. So that would require Ogre and Morg Khan, I would expect.
Yes. That sounds like yes.
It is very manual-ish labour.
All right. So you guys want to come down here? Alrighty. So the boulders directly in front of you are not impassable. They're just going to be rather difficult to move. So, can I get independent strength rolls from the two of you?
I give them encouragement.
All right. So the boulder that Morkan is attempting to push at is either braced or something is preventing it from being moved, but Morkan strains at it unsuccessfully. Ogre, on the other hand, Ogre, you are definitely going to be moving this particular boulder. How? Or what would you like done? Silence. Am I
Ogre
fading?
left the building.
I feel like Ogre's left the building. All right. Well, if that's the case, guys, you want to take a quick break, go to the bathroom, and be back at like 5 minutes?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so our options here are either to see what's down this corridor where Ogre's just heroically moved a large boulder to perhaps clear our way, to head back over to this lava room here and try and entice the zombies into the pit of molten copper.
Yes.
And then try and make our way across. That's, of course, we don't know how many zombies there are in C1.
Yeah.
No.
I'm too far away to sense them too, so can't give an exact amount.
Look, I feel a bit bad for Ogre to have single-handedly picked up a boulder and held it aside, and for us to just stare at it and walk off.
He's used to
I'm
it,
used to
though.
it by now.
Yeah, that's right.
What did you do that for?
Our party's got indecision again. What a fucking surprise.
Ogre's cleared away, but which way should we go?
Well, you know what? On second thought, let's go to a different way. That was too easy.
I'm
Hold it back,
enticed.
Ogre.
I am totally enticed by that room over there.
While I am sitting at the end of the thing looking at this zombie,
There's
can
bookshelves and stuff.
I'm just going to launch a firebolt at it and see what it does.
You guys are in like two different places. I need to
Yeah,
start.
let's decide where we're going.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can see where I am. I'm over. It's standing at the edge of the pit of molten copper, looking at a zombie down the hallway.
I'll chuck a bit of mind sliver at them too while we're at it. Let's have some fun.
Let's see if we can just entice this guy.
Down in the bottom left.
Yeah, I'm bottom left.
You're bottom left.
Yeah, he's bottom
Oh,
left.
yes. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, sorry. I'll move myself to the wrong place.
All right, everyone, split the party. Everyone go in all three directions at once.
Yes, this is why I'm panicking.
I charge forward.
All right. Well, he's within range for me to firebolt him. I mean, it's not going to.
Honestly, we can just walk down the passage, see if it's a dead end, then come back.
Oh, all right. Fuck. Mr. Copper.
Right.
All right, we need to talk.
3 hours later, please, guys, I'm begging you
All right,
on my
let's go.
knees, go down the passage.
Hey, don't
Alright.
say knees and coppers right now.
We need
Who's got the
a
best
plan
stealth?
stick.
Who's got the best stealth to go down a little bit further?
It's still been. It hasn't been an hour yet.
Nero.
We can plus 10.
Got it. Yeah, so everyone's still plus 10. I think Tinkrit has the best stealth. I'm at
Tinkrit's on a
6.
28.
That's no. That's plus 10, 38.
38. All right. Why don't you march down that hallway then,
Okay.
Lord Tinkrit?
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So the room that you emerge into does seem to be quite damaged, but it doesn't seem that this particular room has been used for any smelting equipment, hence by the lack of smelters. As you have a look around, you can see that there does seem to have been a variety of pallets which previously must have stored presumably some of the output of the mine itself. However, it looks like all the pallets are empty. The roof above you has been damaged somewhat, but it looks like it already caved in and has claimed the life of at least 2 different people, while a third one is lying nearby and seems to have a similar amount of slashes from the previous person in the northern passage.
Nero, are you going to come down with us?
Absolutely. I'm going to enter in and
So I can't see anything alive or undead.
Nothing moving. Correct.
Are these
Okay.
boulders? Are these boulders that have fallen into the center of the room here, Sam? Are they like you could stand behind them and still see over them? Like they're not blocking up to the center or anything like that. It's not a.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what caused the boulders to fall in.
Oh, okay. So as you have a look around, you can see that energy. It looks like energy of some sort seems to have impacted into the roof directly. Judging by the trajectory, you are able to ascertain it looks like a particular attack must have gone wild and accidentally stabbed into the ceiling, causing this partial cave-in.
So
I'm
it's
doing
an
an
attack
check.
from the ground, not from above.
Correct. Now, Luke Solturum just rolled a nat 20 for Arcana. What would you like to know, Luke?
I want to know whether I can what I can tell about the magical effect that went off in here and caused the roof to collapse.
Yep. Alrighty. Give me a second. That one's fine. That one's fine. Reload that.
I'm stashing that too, by the way.
No, really. All right. So as you have a check around, you are able to ascertain that you can see a variety of different impressions that seem to indicate that the spell being cast around was originally of an electrical origin. Judging by the splash damage as well as the trajectory, building on Nero's help from before, you are able to ascertain that this one doesn't seem to have been used in a bolt method. It looks like this one was done in a ball method. It looks like it was simply lobbed, just albeit with a very bad aim. Even as you have a look around the room, you do notice that the floor itself does also seem to have a variety of scorch marks, and as you shuffle around the boulders on the ground, you can also see what looks like a small bowl of solidified magma. You begin to suspect that whatever has been used in this chamber might actually be that spell that you've recently gleaned from the necromancer's journals.
Uh-oh, it looks like he's progressed with his studies. I explain my findings to the rest of the group, and that I suspect that the spellcaster has progressed with his studies in the spell that I had gleaned from the materials we found at the necromancer's shack.
I can't wait to find him. Super slippery little sucker.
I rifle through the bodies, particularly the two non-zombie-ish looking.
The one that I'm next to.
Yeah, that's if you're not doing it already.
I am, but you do the other one.
Now, the people in here seem to have been previously clerks, again, administrative assistants, presumably in charge of overseeing and running the mine. One of them does also seem to have been a miner directly, while the burnt body, even as you look, you can see a few mining implements. So at least 2 miners have died in this particular accident. Or
They have children working here?
no, they could be halflings.
Oh, fair enough.
Halfling children work here?
Surely you can tell the difference.
Yeah, it's the feet.
Even in death, they're still hairy. Aside from that, during the rummaging, you're able to find a cartographer's kit, and you're also able to liberate 5 silver pieces combined from the two of the clerks.
We're rich.
Well, how much?
5 silver pieces.
Oh my.
1 silver each.
Yeah, well, I'm putting that straight in my character sheet.
Hey, do we want to continue to? Is there? Can we see? Is there another passageway over here? At all?
Correct.
Yeah, we just can't quite see it.
There we go.
Ah, Is that right?
All right. Well, who did that? Rob, do you want to move
I'm
forward?
still 38.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a terrible pause.
Yeah, sorry, I was moving things off of the incorrect layer that it's meant to be on.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, sorry. I just had a bug go in my ear. Oh.
That's the sound I would have made too.
All right.
Yikes!
All right. So what you can see in this particular room, as you have a look around, there seems to be a solitary statue which presides over the room, and directly below it seems to be one of the giant skeletons that you have been combating up to this point. This one does seem to be covered in layers of flesh and plant life. However, it does not seem to currently be moving. Directly in front of you, there are also 2 collapsed dead bodies of the type that you've been attacking so far. But aside from that,
that one?
Correct.
That one? Okay.
Good thing that they're dead, huh?
Well, yes. Yes.
I know who cleared their throat, but from that reverberation, that was terrifying.
Sorry, my apologies.
You sound like an old school Legend of Zelda sound effect. All right. So this particular room seems to have been made out as a shrine to a god of some sort, but you're not entirely sure exactly why these creatures seem to be dead at the feet of this statue.
Oh, so this big thing here is also dead.
Yes.
Where's the boss fight?
Chillax, bro.
It is inevitable.
I go back to my teammates and go, "Yo, bros, maybe perhaps someone with insight should have a look."
Wow, that wasn't metagaming at all.
Maybe someone with religion as well.
It's not. I've seen things. I've gone, I don't know what they are. I'll get someone who can work it out. That's leadership.
That sounds like Mog. That's so you saw a giant religious statue. That's kind of sounds like it might be Mog Khan's belly when you go and see. Nice.
Oh no, I was thinking Nero can work it out, but Mog Khan's gone there.
Well, if you tell me they're dead, I'm going to follow behind. There's a big old religious statue.
Okay.
I think the first order of business, Sam, is to investigate and make sure that those 2 zombies and this skeletal construct don't pose any threat.
So in modern day pop culture, what you're wanting to do is a double tap?
I guess
Yes.
so. Yeah.
All right. So specifically, what would you like to do?
The zombies that are dead. Is there an obvious reason why they don't look do they look damaged? Do they look?
As near as you can tell, they are currently unharmed.
And that's the same for the construct.
Correct.
So presumably, whatever animating force it is that animates these things could, if to use animate the 3rd or 4th time in this sentence, then animate these 3 things at will. Would be a reasonable sort of hypothesis. I think this might be a job for Ogre and Morgan, because I think it would all be more comfortable investigating this room if there were less zombies and constructs with heads.
I'm going to take off the legs and arms. Don't really care about the heads.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I guess I'll start with this one.
Hey, Ciruimon, if things go to shit, can I suggest you haste me? Because I'm going to cast Hex. Plus, just trust me. I'm going to do a shitload of damage.
That's all right. I'm ready to haste you.
All right. So as you walk up and begin to deal with these two creatures, how exactly are you going to be? So you're just removing the limbs?
Yeah. I'll
Yep.
take off arms first, then legs.
All right. So there is a squelching noise as their limbs are severed from their main bodies. The limbs, as they come off, again tremble, and after a few seconds, dissolve into the soup.
The primordial ooze.
Does anyone actually have like a flask or a vial we can take some of this stuff in?
Oh, I do. Yes, good call. I've got an empty flask.
Yeah. Let's take some soup.
In case one of us dies, we can bring him back to life with the soup.
Is that in our contract?
No, no.
It's all right. Roll a natural 1 on looking for something one day, and you'll be drinking that instead of water.
Uh-ohs.
Yum.
Delicious. Yum, 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 yum. All right. So, presumably you begin to gather up the remains. As you begin to test it out, you see that every time that you seem to be severing part of the body from the main torso, it does immediately liquefy. As you begin to deal with the larger one, you can see that this one seems to actually be a little bit more advanced than the previous ones that you've been battling up to this point, as it looks almost entirely humanoid, just with the occasional mishmash of both flesh and plant, as opposed to the somewhat chaotic and rough humanoid forms that they have been previously.
Can I have a look at the statue itself to see if there's any sort of...
Yeah, could I make a religion check?
Excuse me.
Yes, you may.
Yes, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't get to the mute fast enough. Sorry.
21. All right. So the statue itself seems to be worn just from sheer exposure, and it looks like age. And even as you have a look around, you can see that it's the material that it's made out of does not even seem to resemble the stone and all that which has been made up this particular chamber. As you look upon it, you aren't entirely sure whether you have personally seen this particular deity, at least within polite company, but it tickles something at the back of your mind. Something ancient and horrible seems to be bound around this particular statue.
Okay, this is not
Somebody's been reading Lovecraft.
good statue. This is definitely, and if it didn't already look like it, and the fact that there are, zombies and undead all around, this is not a good deity. It is quite evil.
What do you want to do? Knock it down?
Look, I prefer to, make sure it's not standing so nobody can worship it anymore.
I go push the statue.
Thank you. I'll help him push it over.
All right, roll me strength.
Advantage.
Not bad.
You will push exactly this hard and no more. Okay, so you rolled a double 22 for Ogre and 24 for Mokan. All right, so as the two of you touch the statue, you feel a horrible prickling sensation through the palms of your hands, even through any protective items that you're currently wearing, like your gloves. And as you begin to push, it does give, and with an almighty shatter, it hits the ground and splits into a variety of parts. Almost immediately, you hear a roar which pitches through the entire cavern, loud enough that you can feel the stone vibrate under your feet. And in the distance, you can hear rock currently being shifted as any unstable areas just collapse in.
Oops.
I don't think we did good, guys.
Well, what do we think was going to occur if we pushed over
Hey,
statue?
look, one more evil deity worship site. You know.
Well, I
he's
thought
gone,
Fat Boy
he's
was
good.
going to come alive.
Oh, he has no arms and legs, so we'll be right.
He's a
The
nugget.
big one, the really big one, him.
Yeah, I took his arms and legs off.
Okay, cool.
Do we want to do a thorough scour of the room to see whether there's any
Yes, we
secret?
do.
Yeah.
All right. So as you scour the room, you hear another roar that trembles throughout the cavern, and in the distance, you can hear something very large shuffling and moving.
I think there is something coming. Maybe we should prepare for.
Okay,
I'm gonna hide.
I'm still at the entrance down here, so I can see if anything's coming. So
Are we
Wait, where are
taking
you?
a short rest?
For an hour.
I don't know.
For an
We have
hour.
time for a short
Yeah.
rest.
Nope.
We'll block the entrance with the pieces of with all the
I've got-
boulders.
I've got
Quicksilver pack of
caltrops and I've got ball bearings, both of which can make people make it. Was it difficult terrain? And one of them actually does damage.
Caltrops.
I have caltrops and ball bearings.
Cal bearings.
No,
Ball
no,
drops.
they're in two separate bags.
Are they?
They are.
All right. Okay, so what are you guys doing specifically?
well, have we found anything in the room?
You have not been able to find anything aside from now the shattered remains of that particular statue.
Cool.
And was it how many limbs?
There's no writing,
12?
engraving, anything or anything like that.
There is not.
All right.
Hey,
Cool.
Nero, what about your thing trying to find a secret door or something?
Yeah. I scanned the walls and also the statue, Sam, trying to see if there's a hidden pressure points or anything like that.
The classic under the statue hidey hole.
All right. I'm using your passive or nope, doing an active roll. Wow, I think that's the lowest I've ever seen you do investigation.
Yeah,
That was an error in judgment.
sure was.
Wow.
All right, so the roaring is apparently setting you off, and you glance around with worry and tension, just looking at the various walls, but you aren't able to identify any secret passages. There is another roar, and you hear something scuttling ever closer. You can hear a bit of a sizzling noise as if something was being plunged into flames, but
Oh, it's gone through the fire.
you otherwise still can't see anything.
Saltrum, did you move up there?
Yeah, I've moved up to the corridor up here behind the rocks.
I am going to chuck my caltrops into this space. Into this space here.
Mhm.
I can't remember what they do, but I remember that.
All right,
did
I'm going to
stuff.
move over here and try and take some cover behind this part of the wall here.
All right. And Morgan not doing anything? Oh, you're good.
I guess I'll
So
move
where-
up to here.
Yeah, wherever I'm just gonna prepare where everyone else is moving up to, pretty much.
And I remain hidden.
To there, and I'm not gonna
Actually, yeah, just I'm probably going to try and cast powerful down that corridor. So, perhaps I might just move over here, and if you guys want to make sure you don't get in front of me.
Provided
Okay.
it's only.
Right.
I
There is
think it's
another roar, and you hear something wet slapping against stone as something begins to head towards you. Just
We do
Who ate
also-
my porridge?
we all still have +10 on stealth. So if the conceal in shadows is still in effect, if we wanted to.
Yeah, probably hide behind the rocks
Yes,
and see whether things
I'm
can go past us and
hiding.
we can go the other way.
right. So something rounds the corner, and it looks like an immense ball of flesh and plant tendrils just reaching out everywhere. You can see that it seems to be bound up with both mud as well as a strange black ichor, which seems to be dripping from its various plant tendrils as well. As it moves forward, it just lets loose another screaming roar, this time so much closer that you can literally feel it vibrate through your very bones.
Can we see it? It's whereabouts on the map is it?
Wait, what layer am I? Oh, I'm on the GM layer. There we go.
Oh my.
Wait, it can't fit through those rocks. We're good, guys.
That's right. No.
It's definitely not
How
stronger than me.
How did we kill this last time? Last time we killed it by cutting what was connected, the roots off, and
Fire.
Have we got any more poison?
No, we don't. Right.
That was another error in judgment.
Damn, if only we went and fought those spiders.
Yes, again. I'm not going
Who's
to
the
run. Let's
stealthiest?
kill this thing.
Is
Yeah.
the roof still looks pretty dodgy, doesn't it, Sam?
No, the roaring has caused everything to cave in.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
What's got the caltrops there? It's going to take 1 point of damage for each 5 foot it moves. Ha ha ha!
Oh no, not 5.
And that's like in this space here. There, and there, and there. Ha ha!
Yes.
Okay. So,
So wait, where were these caltropes? It was like here.
here.
It's basically
Really?
here.
I'm just using the paint
yeah.
tool to
Yes.
the.
Oh yes, you can. Yes, that's where they are. Yes.
All right.
No, not the 2 ones. To be fair, not the 2 ones closest to it, but the other 6.
Noted. All right. So, gentlemen, would you like to roll into initiative, or would you like to do this freestyle? Are you wanting to take this thing on?
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna
Looks
haste me.
like-
I'm gonna hex it. We're gonna smash the shit out of it.
Right. I'm gonna haste you. Oops. What's going on here?
You can haste other people besides me, just to be clear.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna twin spell it. Okay. I'm gonna spend. Are we rolling for initiative first? Can I?
Yep. Hit me up with initiative.
Hang on, do we get any? They can't see us because we're all hidden.
Shit, I'm not going to go last. You don't get to fight.
Oh, guess what? I get to re-roll.
Doesn't honestly matter with initiative, but
Well, Khan, you may wish to consider it.
okay. Where is Olga? Actually, good question. Where is Olga?
I am here.
Oh, there you are. Thank you. I'll finish herping my derp. Okay, Olga, add turn. Olga's was a 15. Apparently, this creature has rolled a 15.01 and still.
What? He beats me by 0.1?
Apparently. Oh my god, Olga is not the last person.
No, and I just rolled a 1.
Jesus Christ, guys.
All right, I'm going to spend one of my 20s. So what is that? Oh, should I spend 20 on it? What does it mean with an initiative with a natural 1?
You go last.
Okay.
Yeah, it just means that that's the turn order. Like, this is the one time where 20s and 1s don't really matter. It just is the turn at which you do things.
All
I
right.
mean, there's a chance I might do enough damage to kill you outright before it gets to your turn. But
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Solturum, where is he? There he is. Who has a 1.
Yeah.
That is a lot of 1, guys.
Yeah, 3 ones. Yeah.
I love the way I was boasting about getting to re-roll from a 1, and I got like 11 with a +4. Yeah, right.
Solturum and Morkan, who has the higher dex? Okay, Solturum it is. All right. Shockingly, Nero is up first. All right, so the creature coming towards you seems to have a lot of visual cues which are very similar to the thing that you slaughtered in the Necromancer's hut mere days ago. This one seems to be much bigger on the other hand, and you definitely do not recall it dripping that black ichor back then.
The good thing about going first is I have a really clear plan of what I want to do.
Run away.
to the dead end. So I'm going to study it to glean what I can glean about its fighting style, etc. And that's a contested perception check. Oof.
Alrighty. So that was a perception of 11. You're just studying it, correct? Is this the
Yes.
one to put in your thing so you can get advantage?
That's right. So I think it's deception to contest it.
All right. So we've got a 14.
Good.
All right. So aside from the superficial similarities, this creature probably puts a sense of dread into you, and honestly, you're not quite sure how to deal with it. All right. Is that it for your turn?
Am I already hidden?
Yes.
If I'm already hidden, I'm going to ready an action, which is shoot it with my bow.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets to there.
Yep. Okay. Right.
What if it's charging high? It's going off to the statue and it just ignores us because we're still stealth.
I may not take the action.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to Ogre. Did we lose Luke again?
No, I'm still here, just thinking.
Ah, okay.
It's Ogre. It takes some time.
I can see over these rocks, yeah?
These ones?
Yeah, the ones right in front of me.
Correct.
I guess I'll just ready a javelin and queue if anyone else attacks it, I'll throw a javelin at it.
All right. Tinkrit.
I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on it.
All right. For our listeners, what does that involve?
Basically, it means the curse. I get a +3 bonus to damage. I score a critical on a 19 or a 20, and I don't like it.
No, you don't. You don't like it at all.
I don't like it. Shopping trolley gone.
My language has been murdered. All right. So the creature begins to lumber forward. It seems to be actively just moving past, and even as it goes over the various rocks and so forth, you can see that it seems to be almost scouring everything clear. The dirt is reduced to a small sludge, which very quickly gives way to bare rock in its pathway. It takes 6 damage from the caltropes as it rolls over them, and it begins to pull itself into the room using its various...
It's slowed though, right?
Sorry?
Caltrops also slow at every couch. 5 feet of caltrops slows it by 10 feet.
Correct.
So,
Dun, dun, dun.
yes.
All right. Now, as it gets into the room, I believe was somebody readying an action just for when it gets into the room or when you guys were attacking?
I was reading an action, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Give me a second.
Mine's for when someone else attacks it, so just wait.
So as it enters the room, you can see that the strange fluid that it's giving off, which is scouring everything, begins to give off wisps as it hits the air. And very quickly, the room begins to fill with fumes. So give me a moment. Can you guys see the aura around it now?
No.
No.
All right, give me a sec. Oh, there we go. All right, yes, noxious fumes. So Nero and Morkan, the two of you are able to smell that almost immediately as it enters the room. All right. Solturum.
Yeah.
Tis your turn.
I'm just thinking about whether it's actually just charging off in the direction of the shrine we've just destroyed, and whether it's got any capacity to sense it, given how we are at the moment. I will twin spell haste onto Ogre and Tinkrit.
Yep.
So just give me.
All right. So choose a willing creature you can see within range until the spell's end. Target's speed is doubled, gains +2 to AC, has advantage on Dex, pretty much what it was, I think, 2 sessions ago when we last cast it. Yep, no worries. Oh, there we go. Apparently I found a Caltrops picture. All right. Anything else for your turn? Nope. All good. All right, Morkan, can I get you to make a Constitution saving throw?
Uh-oh.
That is an 11. Let's have a look.
Don't you have +3 your thingamajiggy bobo to saving throws?
Ah, there it is. Oh, that wasn't overly helpful. Oh, there it is. All right. So, unfortunately, it looks like you have failed of this one. Now, assuming that you can be put under it, you are now considered poisoned as the fumes render you choking a little bit. So, the creature spends its action that turn retching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe or are immune to poison automatically succeed on the saving throw. No. All right. So for the rest of you, you hear a horrific inhaling and then a hacking sound as presumably Morgan begins to give in to the fumes and is unable to take his action. All right. On to round 2. Nero.
This aura that I'm in, it would be worthwhile getting out of it.
Possibly, but you also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Glad I mentioned the aura. Now, I'm still have bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Which is D6. I can tell you now, even with that, you would not be able to save this.
So I guess I'd lose my turn.
Yep. So Nero and Morkan are now left incapacitated, retching and coughing.
Holy shit.
Olga.
I'm gonna move down to here, and then pull Nero into this space and tell him to be quiet.
Yep. I know. Listen, I know you're being poisoned, but shut up. All right. So that's going to be a strength. I presume that Nero would not fight that, or would he?
I would not.
Okay. So you're pulled out of the fumes and take a deep breath of air, but you're still coughing and reeling. So on your next turn, you'll be able to make another save.
Right.
All right. Olga, anything else?
Well, that's my action done, isn't it? Might move around to here then.
Yep. All right. Tinkrit.
I am going to cast Hex on it as a bonus action
to
add to my double Hex. And I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it to make it run away, the dirty beast. Because this time it doesn't have hold of any of my friends.
All right.
And I've got another action as well because I'm hasted.
All right. It has rolled a 12 against your Dissonant Whispers. You're doing 13 psionic damage, correct?
Yep. Psychic damage, yep. Plus 1d, whatever that was, the 4 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to shoot it, I think, because it doesn't look like a good idea to get within range. I can't Green Flame Blade an arrow, unfortunately.
You cannot.
So that's 15 points of damage.
All right. So the arrow shoots out and impacts
I'll move here.
Sorry?
And I'll move to there.
Okay. So yes, the arrow shoots out and impacts directly into the middle of the writhing mass of tendrils and ichor. Even as you watch, you can see that the area that the arrow impacted into, the arrow seems to just be outright melting away into a fluid.
Eldritch Blast for you from now on, my friend.
All right. Oh, we lose someone? We've lost Luke E.
Okay.
He'll be back. He'll be back. All right. Now, it is the creature's turn, and it begins to stumble forward once more. 5, 10, 15. And it gets to here when it can begin to hear the retching and coughing of Morkan, where it stops and then begins to... You can almost sense it turning towards him, even though you can't actually see any visible change in the mass of tendrils. And it begins to move towards him. Now, as that occurs, I am going to be generous and say that nothing happens for the rest of its turn. Salturum.
No, you can cast other spells. You can't cast another concentration spell. No, you're not. You get speak. Yeah, you get it without anybody else. $26.
All right. So it rolled a dexterity for its dexterity saving throw. Let's have a look. It rolled a 10. Sorry. All right. So your flames impact into the creature, and you hear a sizzling as they get doused almost immediately by the ichor. You can see some of the plants have been burnt away, but they are moved back into the center of the mass and very quickly out of sight.
Harden up, princesses. You're on a warship now.
All right. That's
Does
it
this
for your turn,
warship
Miss Hopper?
sail on lava, by the way?
Yeah, it's already gone. We heard sizzling. It's gone through lava. Oh.
All right. Morkan. Constitution saving throw. Wow, that was an impressed sound. Cashing in a 20. All right.
Yeah.
It rolls an 11.
Yeah, what are you doing, you dumbass? You're supposed to hurt it, not scare it. Hang on. Why is it still moving forward when I cast dissonant whispers on it? It's supposed to run away. So we've both cast run away from each of us. It's going this way. No, that way. Oh, this way. No. Oh, fuck. It disappears in a puff of
That's
light.
how any of this works. All right, that's it for Morkan, or? Yes. All righty. All right. So moving on to round 3, Nero.
Round 3.
So, time for another save.
Not for this one. You're out of the.
Oh, I'm out. So I thought you said I still needed to save.
Nope. You're out of the danger zone. Maybe.
I think that. What was that?
What did you say, Olga? Ah, for now. Okay.
Going to move to there.
All right.
And
You're going to move against the boulder?
Could I? So I'm standing in front of. Oh, so that is just one big boulder. So is there okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Actually, maybe there. Then I'm going to shoot it, which will probably kill it.
I like to cash in a 20 to immediately kill it.
And then I'm going to dash to there.
Oh, are you? Through caltrops.
Oops.
It's like we've sneak attacked ourselves.
Oh no, I'm just getting started, trust me. All right, so you'll be taking 2 HP of damage from moving through the caltrops.
Yep.
Okay. Let's have a look here. All right, moving on to Ogre.
It did take 14 points of damage.
Maybe.
No, we're gonna kill the fucking thing. It's our job, isn't it? Kill things. It's only a Constitution save.
Yep. Hit me. I think you have 2. Because you did have that one that you nearly lost, but you used the 20 back then to get it again. So yeah, you have 2.
Chuck a rock.
Oh, it might have been the hand axes. Yeah, either way. All right, both of these are going to hit. 3 of them are going to hit. All right.
Woo! Yes, that's nice.
Alrighty. So, as you are presumably doing that whole cartoon thing of, reaching back, throwing, reaching back, throwing, reaching back, throwing, pulling things out of a random hammer space, in complete horror, you watch as your hand axes impact into this creature, and the ichor just immediately corrodes and melts both your hand axes away.
Entirely? Are they entirely melted?
Entirely melted.
Yeah.
Did the ghost?
They melt into a pool of corrosive-looking
metal. Did you say metal?
Metal.
Lovely.
The javelin. The first of the javelins does go the same way as the hand axes. Don't worry, it's going to be taking damage from all these. All right. So, give me a sec while I count that up. 14.
So the handles heard it.
22, 24, 26, 29, and now for the crit. 30. Okay. All right. So it's as the axes go through, you can see that they do seem to impact into the plant vines and cause a lot of damage. Things get splintered and other parts of it fly off. But as soon as they reach the ichor at the center of the body, that's when they just begin to dissolve. However, for your natural 20, on the other hand, are you banking that or using it?
Using.
You'll use it? All right. This one seems to have a strange glow about it, and Morkan, you'll be able to detect a slight divine presence as whatever is going on with this javelin, it surges through the creature and then appears on the other side of it, trembling in the wall. So about there. Now, as you look at it, sorry? As you look at it, you can see that the javelin seems to have changed form. It seems to have been dyed a very black color, and the corrosion seems to have turned the blade of the javelin into a wicked edge, which seems to also be a deep purple color.
Nice. I'm too stupid to put it together. You get a crit.
Maybe. Alrighty. Coming up next is Tinkrit.
Tinkrit is so you said there's a like gooby metal inside it, right?
The hand axes and the metal components have just been reduced to a corrosive metal. Yes.
Cool. Well, I'm going to cast heat metal on it.
Yep.
And you can suck on that for the first part.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that plus my hex, which is +3 for the damage. And what's this one? Because this happens at the same time. Oh, great. 1. And the where is it? Features and traits. The other Hexblade's Curse does another 3 points of damage.
All right.
Okay, so that's my first one. Now I'm going to cast another spell. And I'm going to... And that'll continue to do damage, by the way, at 2d8 every round. And I'm going to do another Dissonant Whispers, I think. You know what? I'm going to do Fairy Fire, which gives advantage to everybody hereafter. To attack it.
All right. So for those listening, Fairy Fire, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light, your choice. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. So, dexterity saving throw. It gets a 11.
Bow.
All right. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. All right. Any attack roll against the affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object cannot benefit from being invisible.
And I can move. I will move to there.
To there. All right. And you're done?
I'm done.
All right. So the creature is currently being repelled by the magical symbol that Morkan is using against it. It seems to sway back and forth on the spot for a second, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to give up any particular ground. Just a sec, let me read over what this is.
Scared by me as well, remember, from Dissonant Whispers. And always wants to move away. Let me have a look.
It is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. Well, there we go. All right, so it looks like it is no longer being turned because it has taken damage. And it begins to move and ooze its way towards you guys. And it gets into immediate combat range. Now, around here...
Whoa. Dissonant Whispers makes it go away from me.
Oh.
No, it doesn't say until it takes damage.
No, not Dissonant Whispers. Dissonant Whispers is something else.
It's different.
Correct. Yeah.
Distant Whispers is not.
Okay.
So it should head in this direction, which is why I moved where I was.
Give me a sec. I'm just going to confirm one thing with Thomas.
Okay.
All right. One thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll punch you in the face if you tell him otherwise. Oh, hang on. I'm just reading Dissonant Whispers, and it says it takes 3d6 damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. Yes.
All right, I'm back. All right, and no, Thomas does not make a good DM.
Why?
You know those people who know so much about a topic where you go, hey, what do I do? They like, oh, you can do this, and then you can do this, and then if you know about this, you can do this, and then if you include that, you can also do that, and there's also this thing, and then if we can start doing homebrew, and that's just, yeah. He doesn't do good at answering questions. Yeah. He tried running a campaign once, and his one of his friends came over and just like, okay, so we need to start building a character, right? How do I do that? And he literally did all that and like piled 7 books down and said, you could do this, you could do that, you could do that. And by the end, 2 minutes later, she looked just so overwhelmed. I'm like, what's your favorite Lord of the Rings character? Galadriel? All right. Do you like magic, hitting things, or being sneaky? Okay, you're a bard and you're a high elf. Done. And then Thomas looked insulted and grumbled.
I think we've all played with Thomas, haven't we?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when I told Ciruimon like what to do and then like shut the fuck up? That's not what happened when I played with Thomas.
Yeah, basically. All right. So I have confirmed with Thomas it is not going the opposite way. Dun dun.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right. So the creature in question gets close, and as it does so, it slams a bunch of its plant tendrils into the ground, and you can sense that rock and earth under you is being adjusted and moved around as several black tendrils crawl their way, sneak their way out of the ground, and begin trying to latch on and smack into people. Alrighty. And lastly, it is going to try and make an attempt to smack around Morkan. As one of the larger tendrils flies out, a 17 is going to hit, correct? It will not. All right. But it slams onto the ground next to you instead. All right. Salturum. Where is Salturum? Salturum's over there. All right.
The party is assaulted by a strange construct which has the face of Baron Fritz and is formed of necromantic energies, undead flesh, and plants. The creature is seemingly vulnerable to a variety of attacks until it is finally felled by Salturum's magics.